ankle hurts a little bit, but I've been walking a lot, so that makes sense. Oh. What a wonderful day it's become. As we enter the world of video games. It's Garbs. Garbs! I can't believe Garbs is showing up. Everyone knows Garbs. I'm pretending to know you to form parasocial relationships. Well, well, since there's not a lot of Gator Huggers here right now, and Como isn't showing up, I'm gonna talk smack behind his back again. He won't know what hit him. What the fuck? I don't even know what my song is! Why is someone posting my song at me? No! I swear, parasocial relationships are just as good as normal ones. Now give me 50 bucks. It'll make me so much happier. I'll have a big old smile on my face, but I'll need 50 bucks. It's just how it works. You're a real friend, right? You're here because you think I'm great, right? You wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. If anyone felt drawn into a dark place as a result of that, please, 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 please seek help. It's not very good for you. What? The fuck? Hold on, it just said I had a message in my inbox, and there's nothing there. I open it up and it's empty, and I'm like, what? Man, I sure do love the amount of just raw spam. Well, the gang's all... I gotta like, okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? You too can affirm your allegiance. In a way, blah, 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 blah. Weird fandom stuff that looks kind of okay and innocent, but might be used by some people to deal with their crippling depression. Ooh, it's so wacky. Oh boy. Well, okay. Why are people posting this shit at me? Oh, that's just disgusting. What the actual fuck? Ha. Well, okay, do I have it in me? No, I don't have it in me to to fuck around one more time. Oh, we have this weird setup. So let's hope that my internet doesn't absolutely die this time. Alright, let's get that. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like... Does this person even still exist? Ugh. Ugh. Okay, just gonna get up. I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna take a serious streamer position. Assume the serious streamer positions. Please, everyone, I need you to assume the serious audience positions, or no one will take me seriously. Okay, no, please, please, please. Why are people saying all the things? I have the perfect sticker. Oh, I have the perfect sticker. Listen, someone, Como specifically, he made like a sticker for me. He made 2 stickers for me, actually. And they're both like, they're Boss Baby and the Boss Baby head. It's just like getting big Boss Baby vibes. I fucking love that stupid quote. Oh, it's so good. And someone finally posted that meme. I was ready. I was ready for it. It is so incredibly satisfying to do that, though. What the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck this UI is about. What the fuck? Alright. The gaming no, listen. Listen. I've seen one too many memes today where the punchline is Damien is too stupid to be straight. I don't need this. Oh, my sides. Oh. Alright. Recording is now on. Don't worry. I don't have a lot to talk about when it comes to my writing, so we can just get going. Anywhere. Wait, so you're asking me out? She falls eerily silent. She turns her head towards me, eyes wide open. Yeah, I'm asking you out. This is the formal, man. This ain't a date. This is like the capital D date. This is like the date you end the game on. Literally. I'll take you wherever you like. Aw, it's so cute. They do that so well, the little squishy swashy. Olivia opens and closes her mouth while she looks at me in astonishment. Olivia, are you okay? Ah! I found myself trying not to laugh. She threw herself at me in the strongest hug I'd ever felt. Her arms, even her tail, are wrapped around me, pressing me tightly against her as she laughs that cute little gremlin giggle of hers. And while that giggling is infectious, my face is, I want you to imagine me sitting there, lowering my glasses and just shaking my head. Come on, you guys, get a room. No, not too happy. Dude, Vinny is right over there. Getting a little hard to breathe now. Bro, should have brought your oxygen tank, you bingus. Gosh, this is the first good thing to happen in forever. What? I can't even move my arms. She's trapped them. Wait, she's shifting. What just happened? We're on the sides now. I can finally put my head up enough to take in some air. So what? Sweet! The death roll! So that's what's happening as I find myself flipped over Olivia for a split second, then I'm right back beneath her. And then back again, just enough time to breathe. Olivia, we haven't even decided where to go! I feel like I'm on some kind of personal carnival ride, wildly spun around across the living room in Olivia's arms. It is fun, but also very, very dizzying. She finally tires herself out. I find myself laying on top of her. How the fuck is this about dinosaurs? Your Gator element is far more extrapolated upon. We don't even get the... Like, seriously, this game does not do anything with that concept outside of maybe one person having a giraffe neck. Hell, we even have non-human mammalian creatures now. It's like they're just making a furry world. Olivia, I just wanted to say... What is the limit? What is the limit on what species are allowed in this universe? Is he a whale? Is he some kind of ancient whale? Because I'm pretty sure whales are not that old. Inco, for fuck's sake. It's a game about dating a gator girl. What the fuck are you smoking? Who cares? I wanted to write an accurate wiki page. When the gator finally tires herself out, I find myself laying on top of her. And while I should feel very embarrassed about our compromising position... Oh, that's not that compromising. That's just cute. I'm grinning ear to ear down at my equally happy and probably lightheaded girlfriend beneath me. You good, Inco? Pretty wild response. You just asked her what the date would be. Doesn't matter. My voice shrinks enough that even as I'm closer, I can barely make it out. I was hoping for so long. Man, we didn't get any of this in the other endings. Seeing that gentle smile of hers, it sets my heart aflutter. So where'd you want to go? You decide. I got nothing. Me? Somewhere I can take Olivia to show her a really good time. How about a picnic? See if it warms up a bit, and then check out some of the more scenic places. Yeah, like with a cold-blooded girlfriend, you really are kind of shafted when it comes to going out, huh? Okay, there is beautiful. I want to explore. Wouldn't they have like warming jackets? Wouldn't this be the exact kind of society that would develop like a vest you can put on that just specifically warms you up with like a battery or something? Like, that feels like something a society like this would develop, if purely for military reasons. Or fursuits. Just saying, those things are fucking hot, I've been told. So do I. For a brief moment, the connection between Olivia and I feels stronger than ever as we stand. What the fuck is ending 4 gonna be? If this is ending 3, what is ending 4 gonna do? People are giving me fucking shit for the Boss Baby sticker. Hell yeah. Do we have cooling jackets? Humans can survive quite easily. Under a lot of circumstances, getting cold is not that big of a deal. And we have really warm things. And we also, in fact, developed a variety of pieces of clothing that are specifically designed to keep warm. We have large hats to keep the sun off of us. We have wide, loose-fitting, light clothing that reflects the sun and keeps an air layer between us and the environment. We also, in fact, probably have some sort of cooling vest. I imagine that's not impossible to make. In fact, we have fursuits with cooling systems like that. So yes, we have cooling vests. Sorry to burst your bubble, but those do exist. They're somewhat specialized for military applications and people in in fucking fursuits, but they exist. Sorry to tell you, buddy. Slap on the back. If you want to invent something, make it something a furry would want. Congratulations. They'll figure it out for you. A whole bunch of fucking weirdos who will not quit. For a brief moment, yeah. Strong as ever as we stand to each other's eyes, as it goes right back into keeping me in a warm, scaly embrace. Like, a thing about the scales that I would like to point out, with Fang, we got a lot of close-ups with Fang. And with Fang, it's, it was always kind of, like, she had feathers. So from Lucy, it's like, you know, it's fine. It's kind of weird how we don't really see scales on characters. Like, you can do, like, a small detail patch here and there. That's, you say they wouldn't be fashionable, but I wanted to write a thing for, like, an avian species that has the opposite problem of dinosaurs, where they're constantly covered in thick feathers, and they are just so warm when they get too close to the equator. Like, dinosaurs can't go up north, and they can go down south, and humans are in the middle. So there's a contact point. They have cooling vests they can wear. They have little vests they can put on that are specifically designed to cool them the fuck down. Which is also meant for temperate climates because, again, they're fucking hot 90% of the time. When they're anywhere but the Arctic. But yeah, like, if you look at furry art, a lot of them will just go, scales are just these little patches to remind you they exist. None of that shows up. These characters could just be skin. I know that scales aren't that visible when you really get down to it, but it's really weird that it never really gets, like, pointed out in any way, shape, or form. Let me look up an alligator for you, right? Like, if you look up an alligator, and you look at an alligator, you're like, you know, there's a lot of little details about an alligator that I sure can see. Including, like, the, you know, where the head slowly smooths into those nice little... And they got such giant, chunky scales on their arms. Ah, look at those big boys! Oh, man, they're so funny because they get up and then... leggies! And everything's hanging. Little belly. Oh... You might say that I'm overdoing it, but, like... I don't fucking care. Like, if... To be fair, they didn't color in the bed, so I know why they didn't do it. Hair detail's different. There's a big difference between, like, hair detail and reminding everyone that these things are scaly instead of made out of skin. Although I've been told that scales, especially freshly molted, are actually pretty soft. Molting is weird. I will tell you this much, that, like, snake molting, the eyes come with them, because they have scales over their eyes. You pull the eyes off. It's something else. Although, to be fair, snakes are fucking weird anyway. I love it when someone I know logs in and then logs out immediately afterwards when I'm expecting a goddamn answer from them. This is the best feeling. Sure, I was right in the middle of the living room with Damien still present, but none of that matters to me. And Damien reminded me, dude, I'm gay. Please stop. This is very uncomfortable for me. And like I said, Vinny is right there. Vinny is like, he's standing there with a lollipop and it falls out of his mouth. Well, I'm gonna tell Randy, and you guys are gonna be out of the house by afternoon. See ya. And then the fucking soundtrack just cuts out. No fade out. The rest of the day was spent in that living room playing more games on the old TV. That's not an old TV. That's a very nice TV. Hours flew by, and Livia kept switching up games. I think she was trying to find something that I would particularly enjoy, or at least be good at. Shame, then, that I seemed to be born lacking any gaming talents whatsoever. Man. Like, Inco, what do you have that Inco, what do you have that Anon doesn't? Right, my man? You have no redeeming qualities compared to Anon. Anon's got the full package. You got nothing. Man has a legendary no-death run. What do you have? We still had a lot of fun, at least. But when the sun began to set, though, I decided I should head home. I need a shower and a change of clothes. And both of Damien's parents were still out. Nico has money. Yeah! That's not a personality trait. I felt bad when I left Damien's place that night. Or rather, I felt bad looking at Olivia as a wife. She was in the window like a puppy. It only grew worse as I went from the metro to my quiet neighborhood and ultimately our empty house. Seeing the small pile of letters at the front door made me realize what that feeling was. Loneliness. Maybe I should have just waited and asked the painters if I could have spent the entire weekend. If I did that, would I be overstaying my welcome? I don't want to abuse their hospitality after all. Oh, goddamn, it's this house we barely see. Ding. Withdrawing my phone from my pocket, I see that Olivia just sent me a new doodle. Coming tomorrow. Yeah, I can handle a little loneliness for now. Sure. Oh, heck, it's your room. He's a drip. He stole his drip from a fashion magazine. All I'm saying... What the fuck is this? All I'm saying is that I personally think that these... I get it, right? But if I ever were to make something like this, I'm just gonna warn you, I will spend a stupid amount of extra budget on giving characters changes of clothes. I'm just saying I'd waste the money on it. You might say, Safi, you can't allocate the budget on like a whole secondary, tertiary art. And like, no. We can do this. Safi, you complained about the lip sync. Like, no, you don't understand. What if we make them 3D models and just render them with a filter? That way, the outfits can just be things we can put onto the rigging. But Safi, you still have to check all those stances and poses to make sure that the clothes don't clip or look awkward from certain angles. Stop ruining my dream. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little giggle at my expense. All right. Kicking my door closed, I head for the community so I continue to talk to her online. You know, I've never been in a situation where I've talked to people online like this after I met them in real life. Partially because I don't really talk to people in real life that much that this would be necessary, but also because it just seems weird to me. Maybe like a, hey, let's do X, Y, and Z, but not like chat. Come to me. I lose track of how much time we spend instant messaging and sharing videos, but by the time I need to check my computer's clock, I realize it's past midnight. I didn't have to go through my typical routine of checking for up. Oh, he didn't even go through my, Man, that used to be me back with webcomics. I'd add them all in little folders. Which day of the week? Shoot, I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow. Totally worth it. I miss the era of, like, just wacky-ass webcomics with no hopes and dreams. Just some jackass drawing some shit. And I'm not talking like the gaming ones. Fuck the gaming ones. I'm talking about like actual artists who are just having a fun old time doing the thing. Safi, can you name a few? And then I turn the bag upside down, and it is exclusively just like, really? Really? This is the criticism you're handing out? The next few days were very similar to the first. Visiting the Pains... Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I think this is where the game is trying to establish the whole idea of, like, Inco, adoptive family and all that. On Monday, I got around to shoveling the snow off the driveway like rat... Jesus, took you forever. It was laborious to do, but felt good to get it done. Felt even more running when he thanked me with some shimmy that he had mentioned during the weekend. Eventually, I got in the habit of leaving sticky notes from my parents. Oh my god! Inco has turned into the parents from Goodbye Volcano High. Inco has turned into Saban Saeed. No! Man, Saban Saeed got such a raw deal. Their neat designs and, like, parental influences on kids, especially in like, the LGBT formative years, would have been such a good thing. Too bad that story didn't have time for even its fucking main cast. So I know it's good. It's funny because, like, at the beginning of the story, his parents leave notes for him. And now it's the other way around. Not to care too much as long as I'm home by bedtime. I won't lie, spending most of my afternoons watching Vinny and Damien yell at the TV wasn't particularly entertaining, but Olivia's presence was enough for me. On Friday, though, while Vinny and Damien were preoccupied by foam sword duel in the backyard, I decided to plan for our date. The weather that weekend was going to be warm, and I managed to convince Olivia that this would be our last chance for a real picnic. That only leaves the location. We've been arguing well into the night over text, deciding to decide where to go. I think the beach would be nice. No way. Also, you're near a giant body of water. The arcade is not a picnic. You bingus? Well, she's been there once, don't touch. There's nowhere worth going in Volcadera Bluffs, anyway. Does Volcadera actually have... What even is a bluff? Right? Cause I don't know the bluff. Def. A steep cliff, bank, or promontory. Promontory. It can also mean a grove or clump of trees in Canadian.
Promontory.
Promontory. Let's all go to the promontory. Let's all go to the promontory. Let's all go to the promontory and have ourselves a snack. It's an apple from the trees. Yeah, tell me the place was named after them. Have you ever seen them? No. Wait, what? Oh god, that's great. Why was he going like, Are you trying to be sassy, Inco, you fucking loser? Why is this here? You know what? Let's pull up the actual files, because in the files they usually mention stuff like this. Or is this just so that players who backwards don't go back too far? Was there a problem with the script at this point? Because this is where it starts scrolling, so I imagine that they had issues and they made a save here, and thus they have the little thing. There's a lot of reasons I can envision why this might be the case. I'm gonna shake my booty. Oh, we're deep into chapter 18, gotcha. Phone discussion. I don't know how to use the statement for typing. A delay of -1 makes it skippable. Ah, weird. Drop phone sprite. No. Sounds perfect then. But that's ages away. Come on, it'll be fun to get away from home for a bit. Fine. I'll be over in the morning then. Man, it is impressive how much they put in just to make the Python code do some funny stuff. Do some sick flips, as they say. Nighty night, it's Nini. It's just night-night. Don't say night-night. Say Nini. That's how I say it. And the person that I learned that terminology from always appended it with boo, which is adorable. Later I learned that it's nine-eye because it's night, but my brain was like, oh, it's the E. And I felt very stupid when I learned otherwise, in the extremely rare context where such things are said aloud instead of typed. It's like mem. I let my phone rest on my bed as I smiled to myself. I have to look up exactly where the bluffs are in the morning, but I'm sure they'll look nice. If not, well, there ought to be something exciting there. That's a weird transition. We've never done one of those. After researching our destination and getting dressed, I did one last check on myself to make sure I hadn't forgotten everything. Wallet, phone, water bottle, extra sunglasses, written instruction for the metro lines we'd have to take. I'm officially ready to go. Before I leave, I make sure to leave a sticky note on the fridge to let my parents know where I'll be. Maybe they'll finish watching daytime television in time to see it before I get home. It's only a short trip to the closest station to Olivia's neighborhood, and a short walk from there to her house. Payne's place is welcoming as ever. I mean, the fact that their house is painted relatively pale, and then also the snow makes it so... It makes the house look like it could use a goddamn tan. And it's in the sun all day. Ain't that some shit? It's starting to feel like a second home by now. In the chilled weather, the yard's growth is slow, but it's starting to peek through the thin layer of snow. Yeah. I hope I don't get commissioned to mow now, too. I should let Olivia know that I'm here. No, don't come in yet. What? I'll be honest. So let's have a chit. You want to have a chat about how I feel about like type languages and stuff? You want to have that chat? So how do I explain this? There is merit to making characters sound like they would. Like apparently kids and teens nowadays speak an indecipherable shibboleth that simply cannot be understood by mortal men. But if you're writing a story, do you want to keep that? Do you really want to date your novel like that? Like, if you're writing something, the risk of adopting the language of the time is that you sound dated. Now, you might realize that there are two sides to this coin. One is the presumption that your language isn't dated already, and the other is how do you convey to their kids? I don't know how that works, but I do feel that at some point you're going to have to just kind of accept that you have to compromise on that regard. You can have some cute little details left and right, throw in a little bit of things that look like slang, but don't go for actual period slang outside of stuff that has survived the decades by this point, or you'll just look silly. But there's the bigger part, right? And that's comprehensibility. I don't need to tell you this, but like actual web speak, with people who speak that language inside out, it's like goddamn Japanese. Good luck understanding any of it. Unless you know it in and out already. So, you kind of have to make the compromise. Yes, not a single fucking teen would write this expansively in scenario X. But you kind of have to, because the reader isn't that smart. A lot of this kind of language is that it becomes it becomes idiosyncratic. It takes on the properties of the speakers, and particularly the relationship between the speakers. And you, the reader, can only really get so much of that, so you kind of have to, at some point, go, okay, they just speak normal English, but it looks a little funny. That's about as far as you can go before it becomes disruptive. If your point is hyper-realism and all that stuff, then yeah, you kind of have to adopt it if you really want to keep that particular layer. No one actually cares. There's not a single fucking person in the world who's going to say the problem with your realistic writing is that the characters don't speak the exact kind of lead speak necessary to make it work, but whatever. Oh boy. What did she say about the curb? I stand by the curb, as instructed, facing the door. After a moment, it swings open and, oh, she has a little flower in her hair. Whoosh. A green blur shoots out the door and directly before me. I know better than to flinch. The tail slams to the ground and breaks her to a halt with a stylish skid. You're here. I am? And it looks like you finally got you a wheelchair. Yeah, I just came in yesterday. Didn't want to tell you to make it a surprise. Oh, she actually unpacked it herself this time. Has that new wheelchair smell. Dummy. While it looks the same, I do notice how it's lacking all the old scarring that our old one had. So did you hear it? Hear what? Exactly. I can sneak up on you now. In your dreams. So are you ready for the date? But the little flower, though. Inco, point out the little flower. Girls like it when you point out the little thing they did. I never would notice because I don't look at people as much as I should. That's a weird thing to think about. There's a sudden rush of jittery nerves in my chest. It is my first time taking someone on a formalized date. Trying to rationalize it doesn't help my nervousness, though. Yeah, I'm ready. She looks at me with a timid smile, hands held together as she tilts her head slightly. She's wearing a new floral hair clip. Come to think of it, it's the first time I ever did see her accessorize. That hair clip looks cute, Olivia. Hey, we've actually referenced that Olivia likes racing with a fucking wheelchair. Remember the introduction of the game? It only took us 2 other endings to get to this point. The worry in a grin melts away into a joyous smile. Thank you, Inco. Which also helps ease my own. With my renewed confidence, I step around Olivia and grab the handlebars. Oh, wait. You've been out all week, so you probably don't need any help. No, it's fine. My tail finds my wrist and guides my hands to the handle. I don't mind at all. All right. To the metro station? Yes, please. Olivia and if anything, she's telling you. Our date begins. Toes pull, they do not push. The thing I want to point out, by the way, there's got to be like an etiquette around pushing the wheelchair person you're with versus them rolling alongside you. There has to be like some standards there that a person might establish for themselves. You know, it's almost like you sat here since the beginning and go, exclusively because it would be easier for the artists. On the metro, I'm lucky enough to be able to find my normal seat. Olivia folds the seat up and places herself right next beside me. Something's different. Wow, Christmas lights? Oh, she has the little thing in there too. Oh, that's just cute. I swear they stopped putting them up earlier every year. The white fluorescence on them, combined with the dim lighting of the metro lights, gives the cabin a more cozy feeling. I feel my photographer's instincts kick in, but I quickly remember I didn't bring my camera. You didn't bring your fucking camera? Soon enough, the entire city will be covered in holiday stuff by the end of the weekend. What the fuck is this sentence? Soon enough, by the end of the weekend. Don't do that. That's so weird. Olivia's not weird or stupid. She doesn't talk in funny incongruities. The mental image of a twinkling Volk out here at night is a pleasing thought. There'll definitely be some photo-worthy shots during that time. So what do you think of all of it? The decorations. I like them. Where wouldn't I? Yeah, but what's your favorite? I think the reefs look nice on the lampposts. And I like all the crappy snowmen and snow angels in people's yards. I've always wanted to make my own. What about a mistletoe? Olivia, you can make a snow angel. You need your thighs for that, not your knees. I mean, I guess your knees might drag a little bit, but if you can stand on them, I imagine you can make it work. Yeah. Shut up, you. I'm actually curious. Are there any dino-specific traditions that you celebrate? They should celebrate the solstice. The reason they should celebrate the solstice is it's the beginning of more sun. Olivia cocks her eyebrow at the question. Hey, I didn't know you guys celebrated end of summer, so I'm just curious if there's any other Saurian-centric holidays that I don't know about. No, just Christmas and whatever holidays people celebrate around the time. So no Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, no Sinterklaas or Boxing Day or New Year. Jesus Christ, Inco, you make us sound completely uncultured. Well, I mean, you're a large population of people. I imagine that some of your particulars would have risen to the top. There's probably no dedicated in spite of the... No, that is why we have Christmas! It's because it's cold. It's the longest night. Let us huddle together and give the cold our big middle fingers by making fires and making merry. That's actually fucking retarded, Olivia. Get the fuck out of here. No, I can't help but doing some ice skating with Olivia. I imagine you can make that work. Yeah, there are ways to do that with a wheelchair. I look down the wheelchair to imagine how it would work when something catches my eye. There's a small compartment underneath their seat, almost like a cubby hole with some things inside of it. Yeah, that people have that, because it's kind of difficult to constantly use your pants pockets while you're sitting down. Although you could just get a purse, I guess. I decided to bring my sketch pad with me. I didn't bring my camera, and you... You know, since it's my first time going to the bluffs, I wanted to draw out some of the scenery while we're there. Maybe I shouldn't have. Nah, it's completely fine. I was just thinking about how I should have brought my camera for the same reason, so I'm glad one of us came prepared. As long as we enjoy it. You have your phone, man. If you really want to take, like, memory pictures, just use your fucking phone. It's good enough. It's good enough. You're right. Although I guess if Inco is one of those prudes, he's like, I can't look at this horrible 16-megapixel camera. It's so ugly. Olivia takes hold of my hand and rests her hand on my shoulder. Are you sure you shouldn't wear a thicker sweater? We don't have the budget for this, Inco. Shut up. Eventually, the metro arrives at our destination. Wait, I gotta... Yeah, it doesn't animate. It's probably just glued over on top. After disembarking the train and... Actually... Yeah, their head doesn't move at all. After disembarking the train and leaving the station, my digital map indicates that the park is still about a block away. As we make our way there, we soak in the sights of this area of Volcaldera. There's no snow, because admittedly it's probably very difficult to get shots like this. Just as Olivia predicted, many of the surrounding buildings are getting decorated for the holiday season. Been on this part in the city before. Only seen them on car trips, though. Oh, she's never been. Ah, so this is the first for both of us. I made a little cut in the recording. I can only imagine what it'll look like once this is all set up. Yeah, maybe we could come back here to visit once it is. I like the sound of that. We enter into the park's main parking lot. Ugh! Looks like there's still a decent amount of people here it's evening, which is surprising given that it's relatively chilly. Then again, such a prominent landmark in the city still should draw a crowd even with certain weather conditions. Yeah, but there's mostly dinosaurs, which would... whatever. Oh, look, there's some food trucks. That'll cover the picnic part. Looks like they got a decent variety of things. Tacos, chicken, sandwiches. Looks like they also have a bit of a line to them. Plenty of time to do other stuff. But I'm not that hungry yet anyway. Glancing around, there's a few gaps in the tree line, trails heading down them. I'd wager they're nature trails, maybe bird watching ones. You want to try one of those trails? Olivia's almost disappointed as she glares between me and the food trucks. Olivia, someone as inactive as you should really be more cautious with the dietary intakes. Even if it's cold and your body has no meat. Actually, isn't cold-blooded like specifically you cannot turn... Like you can't... Man, I don't even know like how warm-bloodedness even is supposed to work mechanically. Like what's so different about us that makes us warm-blooded. I heard it's like your liver is very large or something like that, but who knows what the deal is. But if you're cold-blooded, like you don't use more calories in the cold or in the heat because your body doesn't do temperature regulation on its own at all. And yes, you do in fact use more calories in the heat too. Cooling off takes its own form of energy. We could grab a snack before we head in if you want. She simply shakes her head. I can wait. Besides, I don't want arm cramps in the trail. Alright then, let's go. I've been on a bunch of nature trails, and like, wheelchair accessibility eventually becomes, hey Inco, how good is your back? Olivia and I head towards a sign indicating where the trail begins and begin leisurely walking across the dirt path. The mood is somewhat dampened by hikers to our front and back, but it doesn't make the actual natural landscape any less calming. Honestly, I wasn't sure you'd agree to this. What, a date? No, the hike. You didn't seem very interested in nature. Normally I wouldn't, since a lot of places outside of the city aren't built for people like me. But I thought it'd be nice if you were there. You know, we could have rented a quad, and we could have just taken the quad around here. Inco, you need feet for the pedals. Yes, but I could be your feet for the pedals. Inco, you're fucking nuts. You have an idea how dangerous that is? Yes. Let's do it. This makes the fact that Evelyn is a nature photographer all the more fucking ironic. I love it. My heart flutters for a second. I'm glad to hear you say that. So I think it's nice to take a break from how busy everything else is. Nowadays, it's just you in the world, isn't it? Yeah, I can see that. You plan on sketching out any landscapes? You're the one sitting down the whole time. I was planning to before we got here, but I think it'd take too long. Just to sketch them. I'll think about it. We'll continue for another few minutes, admiring the passing scenery. There's less hikers than before. I've noticed some hanging back for pictures or moving faster ahead, but that was a while ago now. It's just us and the trees. Do you think any of the others are into the sort of thing? The others? You know, Liz and Damien. And that's it? That's it? That's the cast? High cast, by cast? Nah, probably not. Unless it's community service or something, Liz wouldn't be interested. And Damien is only interested in setting ants on fire with a magnifying glass. Is something wrong? No, I just imagine Mia driving a tractor for some reason. Seriously? Wait a minute. Does that mean that Mia is Sage? Because people like to think that Sage is a country boy? But that means that Mia, in the Goodbye Volcano High verse, is also a trans man. Inco, what the fuck are you talking about? Listen, you just wouldn't get it. You just don't get it. He runs away crying. Seriously? Yeah, you think you could pull off the farmer look? I don't think so. I don't think so, actually. I refuse to imagine that. Regardless, the mental image of a burgundy-wearing bruiser in overalls and a straw hat invades my head. I hate you. Shaking the thoughts from my head, I look around to reacquaint myself with the trail. Something's off. This place is quieter than I thought it would be. That's how woods are, city boy. Says the fucking person in a wheelchair! Shut up, Olivia! Like, I imagine that Inco is, like, unfamiliar with the wilds outside of a moving truck, but no, not you! Damien gets to say that. Liz gets to say that. Not you. Miss Insular sits in her bedroom playing video games. You're a goddamn artist in the modern era. You do not go out into the woods. We live 15 minutes apart. Yeah, I like it quiet. It's nice. But what? Was the implication you don't do this? No, Mia. No Ben. No Prockling. No Scalar. No characters we haven't even introduced so far. We have the whole world to ourselves, and nobody can ruin that. That's a good way of looking at it. I pat Olivia on the shoulder, and she lets out a low groan as she rests her head on my hand. You tired already? No. Just you're enjoying us. It wasn't a cloudy day. I think my face was starting to get burnt. Several minutes later, we're still going strong. You still doing okay? Yeah, I'm still good. Bit surprising how your arms don't just give way from pushing yourself so often. Well, the same goes for your fucking legs, you idiot. Hey, we've done as long as I stopped building a tolerance to it. You've done it for a while. As long as you've been walking, you moron. Like, at most, she's slightly out of shape from not having done it for like a couple of weeks while her chair was being ordered. Which have more of an effect than I imagine, given how strenuous this is. And she also doesn't get out that much, but... As long as I can remember, you idiot. Olivia? Oh, crap, what the... I turned to face her, looking at the source of the sound. The wheel of a... Without a word, I quickly stepped behind her and grabbed the handlebars, helping her push herself from the natural trap. Thanks, Inco. What was that? I'm not sure. I take a closer look at the trail to... It's just the trail! Trails are not made of concrete. They chip and make holes, just like potholes, but... The indentation that caught Olivia extends across the entire length of the trail. Almost looks like a tire track. We got stuck in a tire track. I don't know, Inco. Maybe someone is mountain biking. God, I want to bonk him upside the head so many times during this entire date. You were such a moron. Maybe someone got lazy. This place is... Oh, that's fair. That's fair. What a weird thing not to do early on, though. Like, honestly... You could do this line earlier and be like, Inco, wouldn't I get in the way if someone had, like, say, a bike or something? And it's like, don't worry about it. This is a pedestrian-only trail, so we don't have to worry about going off the path to let bikers through. Yeah, I could introduce that a bit earlier and give it some flair, some style. What was that? I don't get messages this time of day, unless someone's yelling at me. Oh. Okay. I feel a wave of nervousness overcome me as I glance around the breadth of the trail. When is the last time we saw a sign? Aren't there supposed to be maps around to tell us where we are? Was everybody else? The realization dawns on me. I have no idea where we are. Huh? Dude, seriously, I thought you planned this whole thing. I thought we were following the signs. You mean the sign we last saw 30 minutes ago? Well, we need to find out where we are. I don't want to die out here. Well, there's trails to lead somewhere, right? If we keep going, we'll find something. Can't we turn back? And risk getting turned around more? We can't be too far from something. Just follow the tracks. Okay, I'll trust you. With a heavy sigh, I march along. Ugh, you're gonna be so sweaty. Probably some kind of service road for park rangers and maintenance workers to keep the trail safe. Man, they apparently fixed the part where Bobbery doesn't fall asleep during the Luigi talking in Thousand Year Doors in the remake. What a fucking bad thing. Fucking Nintendo. And their gosh dang, like, no mentality. If that's the case, we're bound to run to something that can guide us in the right direction. For every minute we keep looking for salvation, it gets darker. She suggested I use my phone to find the right direction, but the lack of bars throws away any... How are you that far? You were right next to town a minute ago. Although I guess cell reception really doesn't want to be built like that, where it, goes too far outside of the air, because then you're just overcompensating. Though I keep reassuring Olivia that we'll eventually get out of here, and there's a tinge of worry begin to grow in the pit of my stomach. Oh wait, no. Yeah, hold on. That's completely wrong read. I'm fired. Though I keep reassuring Olivia that we'll get out of here eventually, there's a tinge of worry that's beginning to grow in the pit of my stomach. The last thing I want to do is spend the night in the woods. Hey, that's a good video game. Shut up. At best, I know that as long as I have my phone compass, we won't be moving in circles. So we are westward bound, following the trail at a more cautious pace. Also, I know there's like a park ranger character in here, and this is why he's in there. I thought maybe he was ending 4, because I couldn't see how a picnic would result in this. Also, weren't you here to see the bluffs? Wouldn't the bluffs be like near the shore or something? That's usually how bluffs come into existence. Although I guess they could be in mountain ranges. There's nothing against that, but usually when I think bluffs and I always got the impression that like the views you got in Snoot Game implied that the bluffs were at the water. Let me pull up Snoot Game. Snoot Game, boo boo. Everybody's moving in wet Snoot Game. Don't do it. Video games do not pay rent. This is your public service announcement. These are all sky. I love how they all face the fucking sky. I love how they use the fog so they don't have to draw too far in the background. Oh, they did draw a lot of like background details, just faded out. I think it's the background I'm looking for because none of these show it. Background. School base. Yeah. No, yeah. Like I thought that thing in the background was the bluffs, but I guess that's just a rocky section. I love how they have this giant ass fucking road that goes next to the water. Those are relatively rolling hills, though. Those are fairly young looking. Those are a very flat town when you look at it. As we crest the blind turn north, we suddenly hear salvation. Why, hey there. Oh, thank God to Jesus. Another living being. It's a human! What the fuck are humans doing in my game about skin people? The scruffy-looking gent looks to be a park ranger. You're too lost? Yeah, we sort of got mixed up on the trails and couldn't find any maps. Sounds about right. Happens all too often around here. Now, unfortunately, I have a blood debt to pay, so one of you is going to have to help me dig a grave. Anywho, I'm assuming two of you are looking for a particular sight to see. Yeah, do you know the way? He hums for a moment with his head sweeping left and right. Why does he look... Why does he look fucking, like, sick? What is with his face? Finally, he just smiles and points towards a particular path wide enough for Olivia's chair. That one lead to the best view here. Then get back any trail east and all branch off near the park. Thank you so much, sir. Don't mention it, just call me Ranger Teddy. At the ranger's directions, we go down the narrow pathway. The thin pathway continues on for another 30 minutes and eventually leads to a secluded table and railing. You know, we did this with a bear in Night in the Woods. Just saying that, like, Night in the Woods had the better view. Night in the Woods had the better view. Sorry to tell you. And the most breathtaking view, which was not done by a background artist, even though they have demonstrated the capacity to do so at least once. Or were those purchased? I don't know, actually. I always thought the rooftop was, like, hand-drawn by the crew. but it's entirely plausible that's like something they purchased. I never even considered it. Wow! Oh, and there's also the broken one. Wah, wah. Shark bait, a boo boo. And the most breathtaking view. Olivia gasps as her eyes peer over the protective rail and takes in the vista that is the bluffs. Over the edge, I can see a number of branches jutting out from the cliff face, and past that, the ocean laps the base. Yeah, it's told you. Oh, that's not a siren, that's just the game. While I look below us, Olivia's eyes lock onto something further away. I follow her eyes and, whoa. I'm regretting my camera now. Because what I see is a 1 in a million shot. Taking a spot on the rickety wooden table, I feel it groan beneath me. This spot must be one of the less trekked to. The stuff here is in such disrepair. Knowing that, I feel that the spot is much more private. Our own little view of old Caldera. Hey, Inco. Yeah? She holds up a sketch pad and gives us the sweetest, pitiful look. Do we have time to? Yeah, of course. I'm sure we can manage to get back as long as the sun is still up. Small radius, the power of 1,000 suns. And her hands quickly flip the pad open to a fresh page and start to sketch. With the deliberate strokes, compared to her deliberate strokes while painting or drawing calligraphy, those pencil sketches move in quick, rapid strokes. Her head is constantly moving between the page and the cliff view. Her eye carries an ember in it akin to when we were at the arcade. As Olivia is engrossed with drawing the beautiful bluffs, I am engrossed by the beautiful girls' drive to create. Still, time passes by and the sun moves lower and lower. A cool gust of ocean air blows over us, and I see the shiver run through Olivia. Check at the time, it's only about 4 o'clock. The cursed winter's short days, because Olivia is short on time. Olivia, almost done. Page is almost fully used, showing a very rough duplicate of the cliffside you've been focused on. A final touch was emptying a simple signature to the only blank space she had left, and holding up the full drawing in triumph. Wow. I know, right? Sheer smugness radiating from a grin lasts for all of a minute. Wiped away when an ocean breeze makes us both shiver. Even her nose scrunched up in irritation as she sniffles heavily. Achoo! Holy shit, that sounded like a fucking shotgun. Like, the fact that everything with her is this massive and bellowing action is just a little weird at a certain point. It's just a little weird. Like, Inco, you're going to fucking die on your wedding day, is what I'm trying to say here. Like, with Fang and Trish and Nasser, it never really felt like there was this huge disparity. And Spears was just a fucking brick shit house of a man. I think she managed to spook the seagulls nesting in the branches below. Bless you. She grumbles her thanks as she wipes her irritated nose. You okay? Yeah. She sniffles again. See, yeah, it just sucks. I mean, if you're a saltwater crocodile, you should be able to handle it, you dummy. The atmosphere is cooling rapidly, too. Yeah, we should get going then. Some more food would be good. Not yet. When she sees my questioning look, she continues. I want to see the sunset first. You idiot, that's when it gets the coldest. You sure? That means we'll have to take back the path back in the dark. We'll be fine. As proof, she shines her phone's flashlight at me. Alright then. Oh, that's adorable, though. Instead of looking back at the bench, I stand beside her on the guard. Oh! Oh, it's like dimming. That's cute. The sun slowly starts to dip as if sinking into the sea. Just watching the natural world move on. Simply me, Olivia, and the wonderful view in our private spot. Fingers gently wrap around my hand. Spears has technique and experience handling SIs. Those are pterosaurs, which are way smaller than the baryonyx. Yeah. Like, they never made a big deal out of it when it came to Mo. And not to mention the fact that there is Ripley, who is implied to be fucking huge as well. I'm not gonna give up on this. You cannot dissuade me, Garbs. At last, the sun sets across the horizon completely. The last ray illuminating Olivia's tiny smile. I'm hand-holding like a fucking pervert. I can see why that other guy that I was talking about really likes ending 3. The slut. Thanks to Ranger Teddy's instructions, we find our way back to the spot where we started our hiking journey. Oh, wait. Yes. And he's a flying species, which are implied to generally, be a bit different in construction. Thanks to Ranger Teddy's instructions, finding our way back to where we started our hiking journey was easy, if it was a bit too dark for comfort. Eventually, we make it back to the parking lot, just as the street lamps are turning on. That's a quite nice sight, actually. When we return to the main area of the park, it's also gotten a lot less crowded. Some of the food trucks have called it a day and left as well. We're not cutting it close to the last metro home, right? Yeah, the last one will be in another hour or so. Phew, I was worried it was taking too long. If we'd have to stay overnight alone in the wilderness. I want to check out those food trucks now. She was thinking about eating Inco. You just know that's what she was thinking about. She was thinking about those beans. What the actual hell? Yeah. Looks like some of the food trucks are still around, probably to draw in the late night crowd. Also, people who've been around for all day are probably the most hungry. And if you're willing to make that sacrifice, it's worth it. There's practically no lines for them either. Neat. Neato, get it? Haha. Let's see. What sounds good to eat right about now? So what are you craving, Liv? Olivia? Glance over to see she's looking over a nearby playground. Looks a bit derelict, having endured the outside elements. That's what they're made for, Inco. You shouldn't be so derelict. Something catching your eye? It's just that I haven't seen a swing in ages. Really? Back when I was Lilia. That's adorable. Whenever I took them. Then I sort of stopped. Safety concerns and all that crap. Also, you technically need to be able to use your knees to use a swing. Although, no, it's like your hands, right? I don't even know which part of it does it. It might just be your hands. In which case, it doesn't fucking matter. Although, the landing would probably be annoying, and getting out of that thing would be difficult. I'm sure the trucks will be here for a while longer. You fool! You're going to not get your tacos! You are my friend now. Let's go get soft tacos later. Would you like to try it? Sure, it's getting pretty late. Oh, come on. This will not take an hour, Olivia. Okay, let's do it. She wheels herself back towards a small play area in the park. I follow her behind, taking a short walk to examine the metal structure. Yeah, because she's an adult, and those things aren't made for those people, usually. The swing set looks rough, to say the least. Support bar's paint is cracking off, showing the heavy rust beneath. The chains are crusty, covered in the sparse remnants of safety tube. And the seats, they're so loose and wobbly, I feel the whole thing would fall apart if even Vinny sat in it. Olivia, are you sure? Oh, that's steady, will ya? I grasp the chains and hold the plastic seat in place while Olivia hops over to it. The plastic and metal groan momentarily as she settles in. She moves it. What the fuck? She moves her tail aside so it doesn't smack into me. Well, actually, wouldn't a tail help with using a swing set? I imagine it would help. Aren't you going to start pushing? Oh, right. Olivia, you do know that actually using a swing isn't in the legs. Actually, I just realized the problem would be going backwards and forwards, because usually swings are designed so that you're sitting at knee height, your feet will touch the ground, especially if you're having difficulty. So she'd probably drag her feet if she doesn't watch out. Depending on how her legs work. I don't fucking know. Olivia snickers for a moment as I place my hands on her back. I guess you could use her tail for that, though, and then use her hands to grab the chains to provide the momentum. So yeah, she could probably do it. With a gentle but firm push, she begins swinging. It's a rhythmic motion now, to and fro. With every instance of a swing back to me, I push her with a little bit more force to increase her momentum. Eventually, she starts pivoting her tail to maintain her movement, meaning I no longer have to assist her. So, I position myself in front of her to watch as she swings like a pendulum. The creaking of metal becomes a simple white noise as I look at her with ease. What the frick? The cool night breeze and the swings momentarily ruffle Olivia's hair. With a cherubic smile, her eyes close as she loses herself in the simple enjoyment of swinging through the air. To see Olivia have a moment where her cares are gone, where there are no longer troubles or drama consuming her. To see her truly at peace. It's worth 1,000 words, one I hope never to... It's an image worth 1,000 words, and one I hope to never forget. After a while, I want to point out that this has a lot of the energies that I had of Snoot Game Ending 4's Aquarium Visit, Where, like, I get it, man. You've made the same fucking point like 3 times in a row. They're having a wonderful moment. This is the best moment ever. Come on. Come on. Oh my god, no! No! Whoops! Ooh. After a while, I sit beside her in the accompanying swing. Say, Olivia. Yeah. Yeah. Her voice becomes a soft whisper of contentment. So, what are you thinking? I'm thinking about today. It was nice. Really nice, Inco. Thank you for taking me there. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was worried. Don't be. How could I not? It's my first date. Inco. Yeah? Yeah? About the formal. Do you not want to go? Her eyes open and I can see them tremble. I want to go, it's just... Yarrikan's memorial. Oh! It's tricky leaning to the side, but I managed to place my head on the shoulder for emotional support. Listen, Olivia, I understand. Whatever you want to do, I will support you. Our hands ring together. I know you will, Inco. Could you support me during the eulogy, too? My hand cups her cheek gingerly as I give him a most reassuring smile. Of course, Olivia. Her eyes close once more and she leans to my hand, nuzzling against it. She sighs pitifully as I draw away, but still smiles. Thanks, Inco. I think I'm ready to go now. And I'll gently offer a hand to Olivia, helping her off the swing set and onto her wheelchair. We hold hands as we begin heading towards the exit. At least until Olivia needs her hand to push herself. Where did she take a piss? I just need to know. I just need to know, because I highly doubt there are wheelchair-accessible toilets out there in the middle of the wilderness. I'm just saying. I've had to deal with that shit. I've seen the funny bathrooms. I say that, but they weren't that funny. I guess things won't ever really be normal, but I'm okay with that. We grabbed our dinner from the taco truck, yeah baby, savoring the spiced meats on flour tortillas on the go. The walk to the metro isn't long before we know we're back on the train and racing back home. The ride isn't particularly eventful and doesn't look like there's many people in the cabin with us. We both take the opportunity to admire the cityscape, especially as reflected against the red and purple streaks that cover the skies. 45 minutes later, we share a hug as she departs the train and starts to make her way home. I watch her from the window of the metro as it takes off, and her form disappears from my view, and I feel an overwhelming sense of relief. That went really well. I hope she'll be okay for tonight without me. They got the tacos! You're my friend now. We're gonna get soft tacos later. It's such a great, great moment. Maybe I'll ask Damien to keep an eye on her for me. I should stop worrying so much. She'll be okay, I'm sure of it. Wait a minute. Where are we? Where are we? In Snoot Game. Boo boo. Snowed in. Uh, 2400-ish. How long is Legacy? About the same length. How long was this one? Oh, we can probably do this tonight. But I'm gonna need 50 bucks. It's just how it works. This parasocial relationship won't work without money. Snowden Undertale. Yeah, man. It's December. Winter in Volcaldera Bluffs is finally here. And as if to celebrate the occasion, tonight is St. Hammond's Winter Formal. It's hard to believe it's already here. It really crept up on me. Whenever I remember the event coming up, I just force it out of my mind. Alright, we got all this stuff. It's pretty much shared.
Don't worry, Olivia's just getting ready.
Mrs. Payne's voice carries a tone of worry with it. Turning to her, I see the older woman staring at Olivia's door. What is it, ma'am? She shakes her head with a smile just shy of uneasy.
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to make tonight extra special for us, so I decided to break out my old sewing machine. We were going to trailer a dress together, but,
Another shake of her head.
It's fine, Inco.
Was it, though? What if it wasn't? What could I even do if it wasn't? I nod and lean back, letting the small talk between everyone else continue. My concern only grows heavier as we wait, though. And, inevitably... Oh my fucking god. Honestly, let me just say this to this guy. You know, that wasn't as bad as the aquarium, really. And inevitably, honk honk. That must be your ride.
Oh dear, I'll go and hurry Olivia along then.
My voice is quick to cut her off. I'll check, Mrs. Payne. All eyes are on me. Oh, probably questioning why. I'll check. Damien and Liz, can you hold the driver for a bit? Damien flashed me a thumbs up and heads out, with Liz's body following shortly after.
Don't take too long, okay?
Her head departs at my knowledge. God, we haven't seen her in forever. She does not contribute all that much to endings. I mean, fair enough. Like, she's Damien's girlfriend in the story more than anything. She shows up in that one thing, but that's as a double date, so yeah. Yeah, because, like, Damien wouldn't have that kind of fight, so... What the fuck is this guy doing? When I move to Olivia's door, surrogate parents follow. I'm sorry, but could Olivia and I have some privacy? God dang it, if you're gonna have sex in there, I will come after you. Is it? I've already pointed out that I think it has one too many colors going on. Like, we have the blue, we have the red, we have the gold, we have the orange, we have the green, we have the lighter green, we have the purple, then we have our blue eyes. It's a little much. A little bit much. I feel the same about Damien. You have the red and the pink on his face. You have the brown on his hair. The whiter on his skin. Okay, that's fine. Then we have a different shade of red, a shade of gray, white, and black. So, and then his pants are like a slight reddish hue. Like, come on. Go with Inco's style. Have a limited palette. It looks like Olivia has like 3 palettes going on at once. And my biggest problem with him is just the sleeves, right? The sleeves are kind of what kills it for me. I don't know what it is, but making the sleeves a different color makes it feel so much more less formal. And so much more like he's a fucking vampire. I don't know why it gives him such a vampire touch. You tell me.
Inco, darling, please. My son doesn't have a gaydar, but he does have a blood radar. And he is a vampire. I'm sorry to tell you that.
But aren't vampires supposed to be pansexual?
Listen, Inco, I don't know what you heard about, but vampires are very picky about who they eat. I mean, whose blood they drink.
He's a werewolf, isn't he? Fashion review channel. Listen, I will review fashion if given the opportunity. Now, some people will go, but what about Sophia's shirt? That's because this is a single design. This is a very heavily localized palette of a character design. And not to mention, these things are already pretty busy. There's a reason why usually when you have a design like this, you want to cover it up with something. Or have it be the centerpiece of the whole thing. Don't wear something busy with this. It just looks weird. Or wear a jacket over it to cover it up a little bit, so that it feels more like a cool thing. And printed shirts are also generally more accepted, regardless of what they look like. They've officially, you know, you've been vaccinated against them. What the fuck is this statement? What is this guy doing? This will become a fashion review channel, and I will criticize characters for having goofy designs. You just wait. I am vicious. I have opinions. And they come from a place of love. Please. Sophia almost protests, but thankfully Randy takes a hand. I like Sophia. Doesn't get used as much as she could be, but, you know, I know why. Better hurry. That driver won't wait too long. They walk into the kitchen quietly whispering to one another. My knuckles tap on the door just hard enough that Olivia could hear it. Another couple of taps. Olivia, you can't die on prom night. I'll be the biggest loser. I love people in like DMs chats. I hate them actually. Who are like, hey person who is now online. It's like that person came online not so you could fucking say hello. Say hello to people who say hello first. Don't be like that. Olivia? My fingers wrap around the handle of the door and twist. God damn it, Olivia, you can't paint your window with radon paint. But it glows. Listen, I really like Sophia though. Her design is lovely. Her hair, the biggest problem I have with her design, right, is I mentioned having some contrast on characters is good, but Randy has some nice contrast. And his print works extremely well, all things considered. Because again, it's a very localized palette. I have an issue with her hair. I don't know what it is, but her hair is like just the wrong kind of shade where it stands out a little bit more than I feel it should. I wonder if shifting the hue more bluish would work, but it probably would look weird and sickly if you did. I don't know if it can be fixed. I feel a blonde would work better, but it's a weird... It gets a greenish hue in my eyes. I don't know what it is. Pushing the door open, I'm greeted by sheer blackness. The goddamn radon paint. Inco. Oh, what the fuck is this song? This is Calm 2. The sound of my blood pumping in my ear from Olivia's weak voice. Quick as lightning, my hands finds the light switch and clicks it on. I don't know if it's sad. It feels a bit more revelatory right now. Olivia, that's not a prom dress, you idiot. Listen, I give some sharp fashion advice, but I shouldn't have to tell you that. Incomplete page. Hey. The relief is so powerful, I have to steady myself with a hand against the wall. I don't know what I was expecting. But Olivia's okay, just, we're 2 hours late. You're not dressed. Wrong words. Olivia sits at the top of bed, in the clothes she still wore to school. What? This is on a school day? Ew! Not the handmade dress that's on a wheelchair. It's eerily similar to a month ago. She was curled up on her sheets with wadded up paper once again spread over her bed. Oh, so this is why the lacking points are bad. She doesn't want to cook. She doesn't have. She doesn't have the Olivia points to be smart, to be good. The only difference is this time Guts is sitting on my spot and chewing idly on one of the... Guts, no! Olivia picks him up and nuzzling him comfortingly into her plush pet. What's wrong, Olivia? The rat is sat down with a heavy sigh and Guts scampers away. Oh, fuck! We get him in the cool suit, too. Damn! With my spot freed up, I sit next to Olivia. I pick up one of the crumpled pages and unwrap it. Hold on. To call Mr. Iadakon a teacher is to be unflattering. He was above and beyond that. He was beloved by all. The next line is crossed out. In fact, all of the rest of the lines are crossed out. Like the variations of the same few phrases, but put together in every possible combination. The strike-throughs grow increasingly more aggressive with each line deemed unworthy. I pick up another sheet. Same thing. Each page is just crossed out attempts to get a thought. Yeah, because she's a painter. She's a paintist, not a writist. A writist. It's just an artist star, you know. With each new page, it's just crossed out attempts to get the thoughts out of her head and onto paper. Stop that. Olivia, are you okay? That's a stupid question. No, I'm fine. It's just it's been months and I'm still not ready to say goodbye. Meanwhile, everyone else has moved on. Stupid, isn't it? I mean, I understand. You don't have to give a speech or anything if you don't want to. Olivia sags and sways her head until it's laid comfortably on my shoulder. That's your arm, not your shoulder. So she looks like she's about to devolve into the Cyclops mode again. There is something about this particular angle that is not very flattering. I feel her fingers intertwine with my own. Once more, we're holding hands like just outright degenerates. Finally finally to allow her anxiety to escape with a heavy and slow exhale. The minute of tranquility is then shattered by a blaring horn. Honk, honk. What was that? Oh, crap. I take my phone out, see half a dozen texts from Damien and Liz, all of them expressing my need to hurry up. Come on, hurry up! Everything okay? Hey, dude, you there? Go without us. Something came up. We're gonna do something else? Alright, take care. Hey, I can't pay the guy! Poor Damien realized too late he's now shafted on the bill. Nah, it's probably paid off at a time. The tip is the part. With that weight off our shoulders, I let my phone fall onto the bed next to us. I told them to go ahead. God, Inco, sorry. You don't have to apologize. You said all that time getting ready, and Auntie even helped me with the dress, but I can't do anything. Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about it. I don't need to go to the winter formal. I just want to spend time with you. And we can still do that. No, we'll go for... And we still do that. We can still do that. Yeah. Still, I don't want to sit around here. Not again. Oh, we could go out somewhere. Any ideas? Nothing comes to mind. We could just walk around and see what happens. Yeah, I wanted to point that out. Like, the tip is like the one part. Who will tip the driver? Is Damien just going to give him an angry text? Is that why they have the black eye? They're reusing it for ending 3 because he shafts Damien? Oh, that'd be great. The Christmas decorations ought to be in full swing now, if nothing else. It takes a few moments, but Olivia's eyes slowly begin to light up. Yeah, that does sound a little fun. Besides, I used to wait a night with you all gussied up like that. A sultry grin grows as she eyes me up and down. You're not that gussied up, Inco. Like, you look suave and sleek, but this isn't fancy. This isn't fancy dress. I guess for men it's fancy dress because men aren't allowed to actually dress in cool outfits. Men aren't allowed to wear fun outfits at all. There are so many cool outfits in the world that men could wear that make them look super fucking cool, but no, we gotta wear suits and ties. Fuck off. Fucking losers. Clowns. Insecure bastards. Get out of here. Let men put on moisturizer. They could fucking use it. I'm blushing. I can tell I'm blushing. I've been pointing out every single time I've been blushing in this game so far, so it's not weird that I'm doing it now. Anyway, I'm sorry I couldn't do the same for you. That's fine. I'll find an excuse to make you wear it later. We want to go now? Yeah, could you help me up? Sure. Are we gonna, like, do another part on her knee? Because her knee is the thing, right? Imagine living in a world where we can dress like Virgil from Devil May Cry. Oh my god. Like, that man is what fancy is. You look at him and you're like, ooh, ooh, oh, That is a man who wants you to look his way. That is a man who is certain and confident in what he is. Thanks. I stand up from the bed and bring over Olivia's wheelchair, helping her in it slowly. Let's go. Grabbing a chair from behind, I guide Olivia out of the room and through the deserted townhouse. Where the fuck did your parents go? On the metro, it's strangely emptier than normal. Why is it emptier than normal? It's just Olivia and I in the car for once. Yeah, it's late. We've never been in here at night, have we? Now that I think about it, everybody's going to the formal, so it's really just Olivia and I tonight in general. There's something that I wanted to figure out, and it's something that has bothered me for a long while. Like, there is something that makes that fucking bing boom happen. Oh, there's a Metro sound player. That might be what's going on. No, that's the camera. What? I glance at Olivia through my sunglasses. She's turned back, staring out the window. Drifting through her own head, she repaints the world in her image. She does see things differently than most. It's a gift she should treasure more. Is this really okay? I get the feeling this is one of those things she's always going to regret. Not that I should have forced her along or anything. Still, I should probably try to do something about the situation. But what? I'll stop us in another 8 minutes. My head is filled with thoughts of my empty home, and I consider... Is that why I should bring her? Some lonely, isolated place? Maybe a slapdash plan forms in my head. It's pretty stupid, honestly. But I'll be making it up as we go. It's infinitely better of just letting us hide away more. 5 minutes. Olivia doesn't seem to be paying attention. Her head is turned, eyes of folks on the passing scenery through the window. She probably expects me to tell her where I might stop. I can feel the train slowing down just a bit more. Stay silent as I turn my head towards the window, too. I guess she must have been deep in thought because our train stops at the station, and she just doesn't budge. It's the moment of truth. The doors slide open, and then they shut, and the train continues. What is this plan? We are now in untested waters. The train takes us to an unknown destination. Hope it's a good one. After a few... Oh. Oh. Wow. After a few minutes, Olivia comes out of a reverie confused. Wasn't that a stop? Oh, was it? Whoops! Oh, well! Oh, wait, Inco. It's going to be hours before it loops back around. Well, we can just get off at this next stop and wait for a different train. Or take the taxi back, and no biggie. You don't seem that surprised. Well, I'm just looking at it like an opportunity. We could go get you something the difference expecting to home. Inco, for fuck's sake, what are you trying to do? Yeah, I guess. That'd be cool, yeah. The metro starts slowing to a halt. I squeeze Olivia's hand. Adventure? Yeah, adventure. I gesture out the door in a polite ladies' first manner. But then I start pushing. It's a fucking metro. Like, the stops are pretty close together on those things, right? Like, it's not that far. You can walk it back if you have to. Her eyes do look very nice in this light, though. They did a very good job making that look. It looks a little too good for, like, the rest of her body, but hey. Although, no, her sleeve looks pretty good. Just that because she's in the shadow, like, the rest of her looks kind of blank. Then I start pushing her once she's away from the wall. The cold December hits us like a brick wall. Jeez, it's freezing. Oh no, your little Trudon. Looks nicer than last year. We exit the metro into a carefully placed stone path. The district is enchanting. All the buildings are faded stone and brick with colorful lights casting in a magical glow. Older, but well kept. And as we move along the path and cobblestone road, I feel as though Liv and I have gone off the train another time period entirely. Gas lights, decorated with tinsel, replace the modern street lamps that normally light up the sidewalks. The difference between this place and the rest of Volcaldera is night and day. It manages to invite an even cozier feeling of the holidays. Whoa. This is the city's old financial district turned tourist spot. It's hard to believe it managed to stick around after all these years. You been here before? My dad took me once. So, what do they have around here? Just some restaurants and shops. The usual stuff that any tourist spot's gotta have. But I think there's a few small art exhibits around it too, if you want to see those. Ah, that sounds good to me. We continue walking down, admiring the district side by side. There's a few dinosaur folk around the area, but it's noticeably clear that they're well wrapped up for the sake of heat retention. Puffy coats and puffy jackets and thick coats and thick pants and thick jackets and puffy shoes and thick hats. With the primary apparel with some added scarves and beanies to further aid in keeping warm. Though, even with it being purely for necessity, there's certainly a winter fashion scene to take advantage of. Small but noticeable chittering noise pauses my current train of thought. I look over at Olivia doing her best to stop herself from vibrating in her chair. Only now does it dawn on me that her climate is the one thing shielding her from the frigid climate. Hold on a second. I undo my coat and drape it over her. Thanks. It's worth getting my ass handed to me by Snow Miser if it means keeping us somewhat protected from the cold. Oh my god, he looks like Shishi Dorcas. You're a stagehand now. Shall we? Listen, Inco, if you're just wearing a shirt, you will die. After a bit more walking, we find ourselves in front of a quaint bistro. Thinking about it, I am a bit hungry. There are a few tables inside, but the outdoor seating area is relatively... So wouldn't dinosaurs, like, naturally construct more arcades? You know, like, covered large areas? Because they need heat retention and stuff, so they would naturally gravitate towards covered environments. I'm just saying it feels more logical. There's even heat lamps near each table. I gesture towards it, and Olivia glances over. She considers and gives a brief nod. When we enter, we share a mutual exhale as the warm embrace of modern air conditioning welcomes us. There's no line, with all the tables were occupied. The waitress behind the counter is sympathetic to Olivia shivering through and offers us a patio table beside the largest heat lamp outside. Oh, yeah, they have those things nowadays, don't they? Like those big, goofy lamps. What is this fucking line? They caught a cold, and then they fought Luigi. Oh. Our order of burger and fries were quickly made, and we're... but look at the fries, man. Oh, this is a cute little scene. And we're ushered to the warmest spot in front of the restaurant. Didn't you literally just say that? The warm burger and the heated light invigorate Olivia. I hadn't realized just how bad the cold weather had affected her, and I'm relieved as I watch the color return to her scales. And as she recovers, so does her appetite. As I slide my plastic Wait a minute, if you're cold-blooded, why would you have the capacity to, like, contort and twist your veins like that? Because that's like a... I don't even know, but... I can't imagine that that's something every species would have. Like the pale face as blood is drawn towards more... Actually, no. As I slide my basket of fries towards her, I notice that a little square has gotten more populated. Despite the cold, several dino families fill the remaining seats, some with food and some just taking advantage of the heaters. Something going on? I poke Olivia and gesture around, and she just shrugs. Oh hey, it's these guys! Just a few more minutes and an oddly dressed group crosses the middle of the square. Compared to everyone else, they are very underdressed for the weather, wearing furred vests and oddly baggy shorts. Look at these fucking characters about to have an anime bullshit showdown in the middle of the crowd. There's 10 of them in sodals, a family of feathered raptors. Swallowing a mouthful of burger, I turn to Olivia and ask and see an excited grin on her face. You know them? Shh. Oh man, I forgot it's Friday night. There's always some live performers here. Just watch. Wow! 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 Whoosh. Look at Olivia. Look at how I love them. I think we all laughed at like chibi they're called gang members. Jerry, no. You know how we all laughed at like Chibi Fang and Chibi Fang and the characters in Goodbye Volcano High? I do think that them having a little fun with the art style here is something they should have done a bit more. That is a Crash Bandicoot type sound. Garbs officially wins the parasocial medal of I don't know. Stop learning Mahjong. For real this time? Like, if you're gonna go for a drawn art style, and you're not going realistic enough that you aren't gonna draw, like, scale detailing on the characters, just have some fun pictures that are like this, you know? Capture that element. Have a little goof. Have a little goof. Have a little goof. They did it with some of the characters in Snook Game where they had more exoteric expressions, but come on. You're gonna get fire on my fries! Whoa! An elder-looking dinosaur stands out in front with a microphone. I guess he must be the elder, the ringmaster? Good evening, everyone. It is a truly magical frosty night out, so let's warm things up a little bit for everyone. Each member is adorned with various hoops and juggling pins that light a blaze. So please gather close and let the Ashtail clan share a little fire with everyone. Oh, goddammit, they're done me. What does that mean, Inco? Well, one, they're going to enslave us, and then they're going to yell about ancestor worship. And there's probably going to be a few who are going to say things like praise Vivek and complain about my style of dress being some sort of blasphemy or something. I will introduce myself. I am Firemaster Alejandro. I assure you, tonight is a very special show. They continue setting up. A sign is placed nearby with with their fucking socials on them. I do a quick search and whoa! Wow! With these kinds of numbers, there must be quite a spectacle to garner an online audience this size. There is something about the writing in E3 so far I've noticed, and Ending 3, that it really does feel... Like, there's something about this sentence that gets me. There's a lot of little sentences that get me a little bit. Yeah. Also, I'm having some throat problems. But don't worry, this replaces prom, so... We're good. Several children tug away from their parents and sit on the parameter set with rope. Several children tug away from their parents and sit on a parameter set with rope. One of the members had laid out. That's a weird sentence, too. It makes me a bit nervous, but they're professionals, I hope. We begin with the traditional Batiera del Fuego. A drum beat begins playing. A drum beat starts playing from a nearby amplifier. It's a strong, steady beat. It's meant to be as a metronome for the group. So you guys are from Avatar, right? Are you firebenders? That means you're Asian, right? Inco, shut up. I'm just asking. I want to know if I can learn to firebend. Inco, for fuck's sake. But he looks like Zuko! I want him to Shoryuken me. You're talking about the Hadouken, you idiot. No. This basically confirms there are no dragons in this universe. I guess it's not angels, it's scaly wind. What a weird comparison to draw. After a few seconds, the troop starts dancing. Rods spun a flame, creating wheels of fire as they ran about the square. The crowd cheers as the embers sweep by them. Fuck. Are you sure this is meant for straight people? Are you sure this is meant for straight men? Because, Damien might not be the only one whose Gator is going off. Damien, what the fuck are you doing it? Well, I needed to tip the driver, and you kind of fucking shafted me on that, so, you give me your wallet or I'm gonna give you a black eye like an ending one. The Firemaster, a grandfatherly-looking dino, is the wildest of them all. He waxes that facial hair, as you just know it, with fireproof wax at that. He wields a pair of chains, the ends of which are lit ablaze, and he spins them around with reckless abandon. The man alone is a veritable firestorm among the rest of his troop, even going as far as to let the fireballs bounce off his body to create more unique flaming shapes. My steak fries sit abandoned as Olivia is entranced by the live performers, her silver eyes wide as they take in a particular performer as he twirls around with flaming fans. Actually, looking at all the performers, they're all raptors. Well, it is a family troop. I mean, you could adopt children or have hybrids or weird extended family. I'm just saying. Shh. Yeah, indeed. All 10 fire dead appear to be one single large family. Inco, that's racist. How is it racist? I'm just saying, Inco, there are a lot of mixed species families out there. Are you sure? Because every single fucking couple we've seen so far has not been any of that. In fact, even Goodbye Volcano High has never done that. And that's mostly because they don't even have adults to begin with. Well, now that you're pointing it out, it's kind of weird, yeah. Also, in a setting like Goodbye Volcano High, which seems to be predominantly moving past a lot of the things we have nowadays, you'd think people would adopt more. I'm just saying. Inco, for fuck's sake, I missed the show. Are you happy now? Though there were minor Jesus fucking Christ, Inco, that's how family works. Like, I've already complained that, like, Ripley and Samantha look way too much like their children, but fuck! Or are you talking about their uniforms? Because that's not established. The biggest one being small flourishes in their vest and prop. Otherwise, they look like clones. Well, Inco, there are certain species that reproduce asexually. What? Yeah, there's several species that, like, they're all women and they just clone themselves. I thought that was a modern-day lizard. Nope. Well, that's just weird. It's about as weird as you guys are. The tempo of the beat hastens as the spiraling fire dancers move around their elder more swiftly. Then all of a sudden the drumming halts, and the performers bring their fire props to a halt before them. The older leader's chains swing straight up, and twin fireballs hang over him for a split second. The blazing orbs descend, and whoosh. All the raptors exhale into their props as fireballs crash into the earth, creating a great gout of flame upwards in the facsimile of a bomb blast. The fire recedes, and the members of the group regroup. The ringleader once more taking the front and center. Troop regroup is a pretty good one. That's a pretty good rhyme. There's applause. A lot of applause. I didn't even realize I was clapping wildly. Oh man, that's so exciting. Until I felt my palms sting. Oh, you fucking dork. How do you not notice that? It's your body. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Oh no 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 no. Oh no mo. The elder dino motions for the choir out to quiet down, and once we're all silent, he makes to speak. Thank you, thank you. His accent is thick and his tone gravelly, further showing his age. How did you not mention this at the beginning? For those of you who are new to us, we, the Ashtail clan, the Ashtail family, the other 9 members hoot together, blowing smaller flame pillars, have been in these mountains since time immemorial. No, you're not. You're Mexican migrants. Shut up. No, that's Spanish, you idiot. No. He saunters around the open square, casually turning his twin as though there wasn't a softball-sized fire at the end of it. Generation upon generation, we have entertained the visitors to Hocal dear. Oh, it's a tourist district, I remember. I, Alejandro Ashtel, am the 7th head of the family. That's not that old. Actually, considering how long you can be a head for, really does depend. He pauses to let the crowd take in the information, then struts back to his family. There's murmurs, even the other performers look confused as he wraps one arm around one of the female performers and moves back to the center with her. Oh man, those bells look pretty fucking spiffy. Damn. And this is my granddaughter, Michaela. Alejandro pushes the young woman forward, the shorter and more lanky raptor compared to the stocky leader. She looks about our age. Greetings, my friends. Tonight is also a special show for another... Oh, he does look really old. Damn. It marks the 25th year I have led this group. It's quite a lot, is it not? Hard to tell when you're getting grey hairs when so much of it tends to singe right off. He pauses for chuckle from the audience as he assumes his JoJo pose. However, the sands of time stop for no one. So, that being said, it is time I step out of the spotlight and give the new generation their time to bask in it. And as I leave, it is a great honor for me to declare that she will be joining the ranks proper. I have taught her everything she knows, and I am proud of her. So please welcome her in, and expect great things from her, for she will be inheriting the title tonight. ¿Qué? You're Spanish? What? Like, the whole presentation has so much more Asian styles to it. From the fucking bells, to, like, the suits and everything. God damn it, stop confusing me. I want to know if this is anime bullshit or not. Inco, the Mexicans love Dragon Ball Z. You'll get your anime bullshit. But it's not the same. I don't want to watch the dub. Poor guy. ¿Qué? The entire family's whispering to one another now. This isn't staged? Ah, Michaela, you're of age now. Michaela. Probably Michaela, because I know that the double L gets weird in Spanish. 25 years to this day. Yeah, there is a... I know there's a lot of, like, Japanese people in Brazil, for example. 25 years to this day, my own grandfather bestowed upon me these changes of leadership on this very spot. The crowd oohs. And on this, the 25th year of my performing, I find that you are ready, my granddaughter. I cannot do a Spanish accent without actual Spanish, I'm sorry. As much as I can, in fact, read a little bit of Spanish. Cannot do it without it. The chains finally stop spinning. Alejandro is now holding and presenting them to the crowd, and then his granddaughter. Go on, the crowd, she awaits. Michaela hesitates, her hand now shying away from the chain as though it will burn her. I mean, she looks nervous. Look at those puffy pants. They're great. Grandpa, this is, up. I know you are ready for this, sweetie. He looks her in the eye, and his once bombastic tone is now more soothing. You have devoted your life to our traditions, absorbing up all the lessons in earnest. They're like the chains of chaos. Yeah, baby. You have that fire inside of you, just like the fire that I am giving you now. Because I am El Matador. Dad, that's the whatever. The Fire Master turns to the crowd with a gigantic grin, his voice larger than life. Do you agree, my friends? A thunder of cheers and a clapping echo, and the crowd is fully invested in the family ritual taking place. Someone starts chanting a name enough soon that Olivia and I are chanting with them. Our voices invigorate her. What a weird thing to focus on, right? But I guess that's the point. Like, Olivia isn't ready. She doesn't want to move on. So, passing of the torch is supposed to represent, like, Yatacon and everything. You know. Like, when you really think about it, that's what it's about. The parallel is to Olivia. Also, I love how the kids off to the side look so fucking basic. They're just completely zoned out. With a loud and triumphant whoop, 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 Micaiah takes the chance from her grandfather. The ball of flame spin once more. Far more wildly as she hollers up uproariously along with the crowd. Yes, Michaela. Now go! It is your time to... It is your show to run now. The old daughter meanders back to the rest of the family, taking up Micaiah's abandoned baton before taking a seat amongst the crowd near us. My friend... Welcome to the Thunderdome! The tickets for the whole seat, but you only need the edge. My friends, it is with great honor, as the 8th head of the Ashtails. The other 8 performers once more exhale all bolts of flame. Let the show continue! With a graceful somersault, a new drumbeat blares to the speaker, and the dancers begin to move with their flaming drums. I mean, as long as it touches you for like a second, you're fine, right? The clothing is probably made for it, and I imagine that their scaly bodies are a bit more resistant. The new member moves with elegance. She's clearly had a lot of practice. That grandpa.
I love this face. Look at his face. Look at this goober. Look at this man.
Olivia's like, oh, and he's like, Oh, I have to. Oh, I have to show this. This is fucking hilarious. I just love how his lip is so far out, too. Like, wow, hey, what was that? What was that? Your smile just faltered. I saw it. Corner of my eye. What's up? Aren't you observant? I just feel for him a bit. Fire Master? Why? In a way, it's kind of sad. The great Alejero will retire, and his granddaughter will take his place. What's he going to be doing for the rest of his life? He loves his job, and he just retired. He's never going to do it again. He's going to enter into his twilight years and know the best is behind. Jesus fucking Christ, Inco, you haven't even graduated high school. What the hell are you talking about? Is that what you think? That's what I worry about. Olivia looks back at the show, and the newest member dances elegantly. Look at him. Look at the little fucking child. How much carf did they give these kids? Look at that grin. He's so happy. The performers laugh and hoot in the square, the new member leader of their troop. Compared to her grandfather, she's far more energetic and flourishes and sweeps off faster than Alejandro's. But, even still, for a few snippets I could see worry cross across Micaiah's face, questioning herself, or movement, something. The look would vanish, though, and when another member of the troop would pass her by, whisper something to her, perform a duet move with her to help correct her. Take the show in now, it feels less refined compared to the first act, but also more real and vibrant. Firemaster claps along and laughs to himself, giving a reassuring thumbs up. Olivia looks at the old man, lost in thought. It's your Yatacon, get it? Well, maybe there's a little bit of truth there, but I mean, look at him. Does he look sad? No, he looks like he's having the best day of his life. He looks really happy for his granddaughter. His granddaughter that he taught everything he knows. Oh god, I've never seen that sentence with, like, different pronouns. Because I always thought that, like, the sentence structure here is his granddaughter that he taught everything he knows, as in he has conferred all information to that character, instead of his granddaughter that he taught everything that she now knows. I don't know. I personally went with the first interpretation, but I guess the second one works too. Oh, I'm seeing a slight art imperfection on one of Olivia's teeth there. In fact, it's on both. Also, I'm just gonna point this one out, but like, for going from this goofy-ass face to this is such a transition. Everything he learned from his father. One day the torch passed to him, and he upheld that legacy he inherited for years and years. An amazing career, and he raised the circuit. Why are we having this conversation now? Why is now the time for this? Like, Yatacon isn't... I guess that's the whole point with Olivia on the bed, is to remind us of Yatacon, and then we're primed for the scene a bit more. Although we had a whole bit for them. I don't think the transition is that clean, but I don't know how you could do it properly anyway. Other than having the meander on the metro, and that wouldn't be too great either. Now she's ready to do it all herself. It's a matter of trust. Yeah, but your teacher died from cancer, Olivia. It's not like he had a fucking ritual and had this planned out. He just fucking died. No, his refers to Alejandro, and Miquela is the granddaughter. God, that stupid face. I think I'm gonna pin it. It's just too goofy. Yet it's a matter of trust. You don't think someone as old as he isn't able to tell? It's an old tradition, you know. Only a poet could appoint another poet. Well, that's just stupid. What if the poet dies? Well, then some other poet appoints him. What if all the poets die? Inco, that's an outlier situation. How the fuck would that ever happen? Well, I'm just saying you want to have your strategies in place. Things change. People change. But a talent, a craft, it has to be passed down, or else even the little things become impossible to do. Alejandro knows craft well enough to... Oh, does she know these people or something? Because the implication is that she knows these people or something. I think there was that implication earlier. Knew his craft well enough to perform for 25 years. And look at Miquela. She's performing just as well as he did. He knows better than us, Inco, and I don't think he's wrong for wanting to pass on his legacy. To pass along everything you know like that to someone you love. It's to grant that purpose, isn't that purpose? Yeah, but on some level, doesn't it also just assign someone a purpose? Like, you're not giving someone a purpose. You're kind of assigning it to them in the process. Like, you're making them good. You're wasting their limited space, making them especially good at something. I mean, I guess you could see it, look at it like that. I'm just saying, Inco, you've been a fucking... Oh my god, someone is stupid face. God damn it. That's why she's happy. Life's full of uncertainties. To raise someone out to take your place is one of the biggest challenges. Moving forward with no fear or future at all. Making it so even the apprentice can become the master in passion, which he knows just the same. That's the biggest challenge turned into a great blessing. To keep going even when it burns. Always moving towards a final victory. Oh, it's this... I get what it's about. It's the speech he's gonna give at Iaricon's death. And in the end... he won. I wipe the tear from her eye and she leans into my hand. Somewhere in there, something's changed. He started referring to two people. I want to tell, but she knows. I think I'm ready. Inco. Inco! I got it! You got what? I can't really explain right now. It's more like a feeling, like a flame. We have to get back. What are you waiting for? Let's go! She yanks my arms and starts burning rubber towards the direction we came from. Hold on. I need to go take a piss. A piss is required. Hold the phone. Here we go. Here we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. We're back. Olivia, go where? The formal dummy. What? She races back towards the metro station before... Get a rideshare, Inco. You can buy a fucking rideshare. Wait. The eulogy? I take off after her. The uneven cobblestone catching up... How the fuck is she moving with any speed? She should be bumping all over the place. Cobblestone are not good on wheels. As I pass the propped up sign, I stop, yanking a 20 from my wallet and dropping it in the tip box for the ashtails. The little girl standing by beams with a toothy grin. Okay, listen, I know this. There is a character model for Mikaea. Are we ever gonna see her? I catch up to her. She's still speeding towards the metro station. I'll melt later. Can't get distracted. Oh, it's a cute girl with a cute grin. He's gonna melt, but he has to do it later because he needs to get out of you. Catch up to her. Still speeding towards the metro station. Is there still time? It's almost 9. There's still time. We can make it. We can make it. Should we go run back to get your dress? Olivia stops and skids to face me. It's the other way. We can't. Both our hands jerk sideways to the boutique we stopped in front of. Our hearts skip a beat. In the distance, the familiar sound of the metro's arrival. Maybe have a minute. You got $200. Merry Christmas. Thank you, come on. It's the same boutique. Olivia drags me into the store, scanning for anything that she'd find acceptable. So what kind of dress do you want? I don't know anything about dresses. Yeah, because you really wouldn't wear dresses on a thing like that too often. It's kind of weird. Like, I pointed this out in the thing I'm writing, Balancing the Skills, but, like, the dress goes down to the knees. It's so awkward when you're sitting down the whole time. Oh, shit, okay. What's your favorite color? Green, what do you think? Of course it is. Why the hell would it be your skin color? My favorite color is pale. Oh, shut up. You know this fashion shit. You pick something. Okay. Time slows as I scan the shelves. Cataloging all dresses in sight. There's about 3 green dresses on display. The lime hard-burst wiggle dress looks like something I'd hurl on. And the grand Varde classic wrap dress aged faster than the wine-guzzling wench that made it, which leaves the newer Little True's deep green dragon perch kimono. This is a little... it's beautiful, let's take it. I toss it over to her and she catches it. With the dress in tow, Olivia wastes 0 time and speeds out the door with enough force to knock me off my feet. I have to stop the shop owner from giving chase by hastily handing her 2 Benjamins. Sorry about the kids, just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You're not supposed to say Happy Holidays. We are losing the war on Christmas, Inco. We are losing the war on Christmas. The holidays are moving in on the East Front, Inco. We are losing the war on Christmas. Olivia's still ahead, trying to put her dress on and still moving forward towards the metro. We're right there. Lift your tail! She understands and quickly lifts her tails in the upright position before I grab her handles and keep rushing forwards. Right as the door starts closing, I must all strength out of me and boost her into the cabin. What the fuck? Did you just buy a dress in 10 seconds? I managed to throw myself inside before the door could close on my foot. I slide Olivia to the side and stop myself on an armrest into the opposing seats. Yeah, most of the world doesn't celebrate it, but they are technically in America, so they would. I'm left breathless. Whew. Oh. What the heck are you out of breath for? It's tense. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I finish catching my breath and sit on the seat normally. Olivia moves into a spot and keeps struggling to put a dress on. She tosses me a hoodie. How does this even work? Olivia waves the kimono around like a signal flag, confuses what goes where. Here, let me help you out. I bought a smoking jacket a while back. No, that's not the same at all. Oh no, wait, no, the smoking jackets have the little big belt. A smoking jacket? I thought you didn't think you'd smoke. I don't. I just thought it'd be cool to have. Oh, she's no longer in a wheelchair. I help Olivia off her wheelchair and onto the metro seat, since that would make the process easier. It takes a bit of trial and effort, and a quick snoop tube tutorial, but we eventually managed to get the Nakachuban, and kimono on. Totally aced that pronunciation. After making sure the knots are tied correctly, the tail is poking out of the accommodating slit in the back of the dress. The fact, like, dresses need so much more accommodation than most pants would. Like, goddamn, can you imagine walking into a store and buying a dress as a human and being like, oops, it has a tail slit. Okay, so I know about this dress. It was spoiled for me a while back, but fuck if it doesn't look great. That is a great dress. No arguments. No points. It's a good green to go with her. It's nice and dark. I like the yellow, the orange. Her wheelchair looks a little small. I don't know what it is, but the wheel looks really tiny now. Wow, how do I look? I took a look at Olivia in her dress. Even though this was at the last minute, she still manages to take my breath away. You look, beautiful. You're just saying that. I am, and it is the truth. Oh, fuck, we get this one too. Nice! Wait, you still have the tickets? I reach in my back pocket and pull them out, offering for her to see. She takes one, staring at it intently as though it were gold. 7 p.m. It's at 10 p.m. She glances up at the terminal. It's 9:30. We can make it. It'll be close. The speech might be go a bit over the limit, but we can make... Oh, wait, no. I thought it was Inco, because, he seems like the guy who would say it. It'll be close. The speech might be go over the limit, but we can make it in the last minute. Okay. Are you going to improvise a fucking speech? You're not a writer. Although I guess even writers do a lot of drafts. It's like saying to an artist, like, why can't you draw it in one go? Olivia starts hyping herself. Her lips move but no words come out. Her head would occasionally bob in approval or shake in disapproval, too. There's heavy tension building in my chest. The LED clock display in the carriage looks like it's going twice as fast. I can't tell if time is going too fast or the train too slow. Should have gotten a fucking rideshare. Get a taxi. For the whole ride, she speaks silently to herself, perhaps rehearsing the new speech she just pieced together. Like, public transit is great for getting around, but if you need to be in a place in a hurry, like a taxi is faster in pretty much all contexts. Unless the traffic is especially bad. Man, I love seeing her like this. Excuse me. Excuse me. You know what the deal is. I have to say ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba. Hey! That's just weird. Now, this train does sound pretty cool, though. With my phone, I check Google for the fastest way to the convention center. We're cutting it really close, made worse by my discovery. I wouldn't want to interrupt her concentration. We'll have to transfer lanes at the central station. That's usually how they work, though. Like, you have a central spoken wheels system going on, with a couple of ring routes just in case. Olivia's still lost in the rehearsal as I push her out of the train and race through the full railway station. I curse the building's layout, the second line having been built what feels like miles away as to try to get us to it. At last, a sign redirecting to where the convention center tram is, downstairs. With a silent curse, I beeline for the nearest elevator, Olivia's wheelchair becoming an incidental plow as we push through the late-night crowd. The elevator door looks positively ancient, but doesn't matter. My full palm slaps the button roughly as more adrenaline pumps through my veins. Right now, I feel sort of hyper-awareness. The rest of the world is moving at a snail's pace and rapidly jab at the button. My doors finally lurch open, I practically shove Olivia through, startling her from the thoughts last. Oh, they're reusing the elevator! Yeah! Inco! We're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it! Inco! And all at once, I feel my energy plateau. No, plateau is that it stabilizes, not that you're getting tired. Slumping heavily against the handlebars of Olivia's wheelchair, my body finally registers how hard I pushed it. With a gasp, I am floored completely, my lower body feeling excessively heavy as the muscles within my leg wail in pain. When the elevator's door reopens, Olivia thankfully wheels herself out. I hang onto her handlebars while I drag my feet after her. The transit chain is here, thankfully. We're gonna make it, Olivia! You said that already. Inco, are you alright? She peers back at me over her shoulder. I simply smile and wipe the sweat from my brow with my sleeve. Oh! Oh wow, they actually did like a... There's the background moving in both directions. Getting aboard the train, I allow myself to collapse on the seat by Olivia. She keeps looking at me with her moon-shade silver eyes with worry. My only response is a tired smile and a thumbs up. The second metro line goes just as fast as the first. 9:45. I don't care to interrupt Olivia here. She continues mashing all the right pieces together in her head. It's not just a speech. It's an all-new part of herself she's simply awakened to. Inco. I glance over. She offers her hand, and I take it. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. I gently grasp her hand for the rest of this metro ride. Never gonna break my stride, and no one gonna slow me. Eventually, you pull into the station. We're here. 9:50. Jesus, you're not gonna do this. I already know that, but hey. It's right outside, a straight shot to the front door. The door's open, and the couple start exiting. That's fine. People leave early at these things all the time. This tinge of fear mars Olivia's face. I give her a reassuring smile and start pushing her out past the inflow. The convention center is just up ahead, covered in what must be hundreds of feet of sparkly fairy lights. 10-foot-tall Christmas tree stands near the entrance, topped with a star that pierces the night sky. I turn the corner to the parking lot, and the chatter of milling couples entering cars or walking past us to the metro. Our pace slows to a walk. We can't have been that late, could we? There should have been a few minutes to spare. There should be. As more couples trickle out of the door, a tired figure stands in the door. It's Ben. He's holding the door open for a few more couples. I stop in front of him, and he notices us and stares. Ben, what are you doing here? It is over. Go home. We need to do cleanup. I just noticed his tie is like really short. But the formal, it ends at 10. Ben raises an eyebrow. Everybody should still be in there, just getting ready to leave. I peek past Ben. The place is nearly empty. We need to be out by 10. It's 2 minutes past. No. Look, Ben. It took some time, but trust me, we got it. We can call everyone back. Use a speaker. That's, oh man, the fact that he thinks that's even an option. No. Ain't no one gonna... Just let Olivia do a last-minute speech. A last-minute speech? Are you fucking kidding me? Olivia, you made a commitment. And you failed. Again? Like always, you throw this pity party for yourself and someone else has to pick up your slack. You couldn't even drop the act for your Yatakan? Well then, Olivia, you won. You abandoned the Yatakan so you could run away with your boyfriend and pretend nothing ever happened. Congrats. Dude, holy shit! What the fuck is... Did you forget, Inco, that you yelled at him a while back? Jesus Christ, Inco. Get some help. What the fuck is wrong with you? I get up in his face, but Olivia softly tugs on my sleeve to pull me back. He sighs. He's unimpressed. I'm not getting worked up over this. You got a speech? Okay. Let me hear it. I'll be your audience, No. Thrilling. I move to tears. Ben, what has gone into you? Nothing. Just let me be for tonight, okay? What happened? Like, I know there's something going on between him and Mia, but, like, what the fuck happened? Is he still that pissed over that one moment? I guess, there's a lot that's been going on between these characters, so fair enough. And Olivia? Stop looking at me like that. He takes a step... Yeah, I think just in general, the brown hair on the dinosaurs just looks weird a lot of the time. Because their palettes aren't made for it, and it often just makes the hair look like it's drawn on top of everything. Like with Olivia, it looks fine, right? Like it looks like that's Olivia's hair. With Ben, it looks like he's wearing a wig, and any moment, there's going to be a funny comedic reveal where it slides off. Read ending 4 to find out. I know. He takes a step back and lets the door close. I feel Olivia's consistent tug on my sleeve. Deep exhale. It's not worth it. The walk back to the metro is silent. For us, at least. The chatter from the couples around us is lively. Tales of a night well spent, how fun it was, impromptu plans being made to visit each other's place for the night. But Olivia's just left out of it. She was so excited before. It's like someone clipped her wings. Make her a pterodactyl or hybrid, man. Someone. I'm not letting that guy live this down. And that's how Inco became a bully. A heavy gloom hangs over Olivia's head. Sitting silently in the empty car with her, any previous words I had to help are simply gone. Instead, I lean closer to her, my hand finding hers ball. Damn, there's so much hand-holding. My fingers softly unwrap hers. Before you know doing that thing they always fucking do. Oh, she's holding her sleeve. Her head tilts upright, enough so that I can see the fresh tears trailing down her cheeks. Once more I take her face, in my other hand, my thumb wiping away the one track of tears from her. A soulful smile spreads across her lips, small and feeble on the verge of breaking. Rising from the seat just enough, I bring myself closer to Olivia. The hug is awkward and shaky from a rocking train car, but I keep a tight hold of her, cradling her head to my chest. I just need to look at 19. Where does 19 start? Oh, this is probably temporary. Were they expecting transitions? The hug is awkward and shaky from the, Olivia's tears soak my suit jacket, already having been ruined from our failed attempt to get to the formal. Couldn't care less about the damn thing, though. All that matters right now is being there for Olivia. My front door opens easily enough that I slowly wheel Olivia into my house. I don't know who is more tired or the fact that I'm in need of a change of clothes. Olivia. She simply responds with a non-committal grunt. I need to change out of this. Another grunt. With a gentle sigh, I set Olivia's hoodie on her lap. I'll take you to the guest room so you can change too, okay? Third grunt, but with a nod. After I bring the girl to the guest room on the ground floor, I scale my stairs slowly. Ground floor guest room. Once away from Olivia, I fully feel the full weight of my exertions of tonight. My arms leaden and my legs wobbly jelly. The feel of just wanting to collapse, the want to just collapse and sleep drops violently on my shoulders. But I find the strength to haul myself into my room. It's a struggle to remove the... ew! It's sweat-soaked cloth and it's not hard to remove. Oh, it's bad then. Removing the undershirt almost made me slam face first into the wall. And go. Ah! Ow. The hard wool on my floor feels amazing on my scalding hard back, even if my tailbone feels bruised. Olivia's kneeling in my doorway, back in her usual hoodie. Seeing a concerned look helps dull the pain. Fine. Good. She shuffles further into my room, her eyes roving around my walls thoroughly. I consider standing, but my legs could use the reprieve. I simply reach for a clean shirt I'd set aside and slide it on swiftly. Nice room. Yeah, thanks. My knees ache terribly as I shuffle after Olivia, uncaring how much I may ruin my dress slacks. Man, if the clothes are that weak, why do you bother? Olivia plants herself at the foot of my bed, and I take the spot right next to her. More hands. It's the same pose over and over again. Like, I get it, right? It's a very classic and straightforward pose. But something about having it happen near constantly just feels a little weird. Like, put your arm around him or something. I don't know, like huddle up for heat. Like, any variation, please. The stress from it all oozes off as Olivia nuzzles against me. It's an odd sort of silent serenity that settles on us. No sound at all except for breathing, each puff of air taking with more and more of our worldly troubles. Inco. Her voice is soft and steady. I'm sorry about tonight. It's all my fault. I lean my head against her and shake it in rejection of a statement. It's fine, Olivia. I don't blame you for anything Ben said. But if I'd realized sooner. I shake my head again. What matters is that you figured it out. I'm sure Mr. Yatakan. Her breathing hitches to his name. Skamo, you're here. Are you here to laugh at me and give me bad critique, even though every single other person on that fucking website gets, like, positive reviews? But with me, suddenly, I'm being reviewed like I'm publishing a fucking novel. Ooh, I'm so mad. I want unconditional love and praise. Yeah. Anyway, now that I got that out of my system, I just want someone to look at balancing the scale so I can put it up. You have to pay me to bully me. I just want to put those two stories up. I'm still thinking about, like, am I going to do balancing the scales in 3 chapters? Because I have ideas for the other 2 chapters. Because the first one is just the prom, and the second one would be, like, catching up, and the third one would be resolution. But I also think that it perfectly works fine enough on its own. I think I'll just put it in the notes, and someone else can tell me if it's a good idea or not. Because I do want to work in the expanded one, and there's a bunch of other stuff I want to do. Like, I'm really in a weird spot right now. I'm really not sure what to do with myself. There's a lot of learning. You know, it's like when I'm drawing and I suddenly realize something, and my art gets a little better, and I'm all confused. I mean, you understand what's important, yeah? Head bob of agreement presses her silky hair against my cheek. What matters now is that we're together enjoying the rest of the night, okay? The payment is letting me play with paper doll on... Now that I think about it, I unintentionally so, but there's a character in the. Okay, so when I was making Call Me Fang, I was thinking about like Doctor Octave and like his extended cast of characters, and one of them was Mr. Bones. And Mr. Bones basically has the Covenant of Calcium. He can control bones made of calcium in specific. He can't sense them or anything, but he can make them do whatever he wants. So now that I think about it, Mr. Bones, as he evolved and became this, he basically became a bit like Argus, really. Although kind of a weird Argus, because he only has a memory of like 50 years, and then he forgets everything that happened after that. Like, it's a sliding timescale of 50 years. He's ancient. Just like Winnie. Like, Winnie and Argus have unintentionally been remade in the story. I didn't even mean to. They're friends now. They're friends because one of them has perfect memory. Winnie doesn't forget anything, but Winnie doesn't give a shit about modern society. So he's like, yeah, I know what happened like 10,000 years ago, but I'm fucking gonna tell you because it's not interesting. Who fucking cares? And then Argus is like, I only remember the last 50 years, and I've been like a death god and a fertility god. And Winnie was a fertility god for like the crops and stuff. And like, we're just hanging out, you know. We're so old that we're just hanging out with like semi-primitive, isolated tribes, just, you know, pretending to be deities. And it's a fun way to spend your time, you know. It's a way to spend your time. There's nothing better to do. Winnie just doesn't give a shit, and I imagine that Mr. Bones is just like, who really cares, right? As long as you're living life and doing something for someone, it's always fine. Oh God, is this? Ugh. I think Ban showed me that one. That video just showed me. She bobs her head again, like I feel an anxious sigh escape her. So, what do you want to do? We could watch movies, or I could show you some photos, or Inco. I pause to hear what she wants. I'd just like to stay here with you. Listen, if we're having sex, I don't have any condoms. I'm also technically sterile and impotent, and also I'm quite certain that if I tried to do anything with you, I would cry myself to sleep seconds later. Like, let's just not go there. Wow, Inco, just going 0 to 100, huh? I'm just making sure to set expectations. Just setting expectations. I just love how I accidentally made Winnie and Argus all over again. Mr. Bones is an interesting design, though. I kind of like him. He at the time wears like a cloak of feathers, a cloak of raven feathers, because he's around so long he has time for that. And underneath, because he's made of bones, he's just a clump of bones. His hands and feet are in these flimsy skin gloves. It looks awful, but that's the point. The point is that he wants you to think that it's a bad disguise, so that you don't actually think about what's inside. You know, it's like, it's such a bad disguise, you just stop thinking about it. And his mask is this terrible dinosaur mask. Underneath, he's just bones, and he has 4 skulls. The 4 skulls are of humans, dinosaurs, the Atlanteans, and the Arcadians, which are the last 2 empires, which implies that he's at least about 4,000 years old. But he has those 4 skulls. I like to imagine that on some level, because the problem with memories for Numancers is a bit weird. There's a reason why there are several different ways it can work. Like, you can get amnesia periodically as your brain gets too full and just wipes itself. You can just lose all long-term memory. You know, like him, but worse. There's a lot of ways it can go. I like to imagine that on some level, though, that Mr. Bones could just theoretically, if he really wanted to, conjure up all those past feelings. But mostly as a facade, because Numancers are all about like what they think they should be. The presentation. They're supervillains at heart. Because it's all about that presentation. Doesn't matter what you got, it's gonna look fancy, because everyone likes being fancy, except for the people who don't. Like, in a way, it's kind of funny that, like, on one side you have people like Octave. You have people like Mia. Mia gets, like, fancy powers, and Trish gets fancy powers that look fancy, you know? They're all explosive and flamboyant. And then you have people like Stella, where the power is just, she can use her cards to sort of tell the future, and they work as good luck charms. Or you have people like Nautilus, where the power is you can make occult things work. You can technically summon ghosts, and sometimes technically ghosts exist. But only around you, and they're technically just the memories of people. So, that's the funny part, right? Like, because what she's doing is she's just making the vibes of a place come to life. If you're in a haunted house and everyone's like, the ghost there is trying to murder you, the ghost will try to murder you, because that's all she can do. She can't actually summon the actual ghost of that person, which is hilarious. Like, the limitation is kind of funny. It's funny. It makes me laugh every time. Of course. I like it because it's just a nice magic system. It's a nice magic system. Because everything about it just feels like, on some level, you know, it kind of works. And then you have Octave trying to scientifically explain it. You can't do it. You can't. Because it's all vibes-based magic. It's all about that groove, man. Another pause. But, what is it, Olivia? Just name it and I'll do my best. Could you turn the lights off? The lights? Don't tell me you also have that weird ultraviolet thing that Fang had. Those lights, the ones with the switch all the way at the back. My legs are practically cinder blocks with how heavy they feel. But if it's what she wants, I imagine they would have had like one of those little remotes or something. Of course, the sheer brutal agony lances through my sore leg, but I managed to get on my feet. I swear I hear snickering as I slowly shuffle. Yeah, he looks like a zombie. Must be my imagination. Once I managed to get to the wall, it's a simple matter to flick the switch off and douse my room in darkness. Just crawl, my man. Get on hands and feet. There's a gasp from Olivia as I managed to turn without collapsing in on myself. Olivia, stars, Inco. Stars? The dim moonlight filtering in my room, I could see that her head is tilted towards my windows. Huh. No wonder they made suburbs out here. I guess. Yeah, listen, okay. So are these just like cut art then? Because in the characters folder, there is a sprite for Michaela. For Micaiah. We saw her, and like any reasonable scene we have with her is done, unless she shows up in ending 4 for some reason. So I guess that they had a scene planned for her that wasn't entirely made of CGs, and they just never did it. Which, like, fair enough, it's just kind of weird. God, there's a lot of CGs for that one, huh? This song sounds like a siren, sorry. I guess. Olivia shifts back to her knees and moves to my window. Wow. You like stargazing? My dad used to take me out. The nebulas I saw back then, those colors, have always stuck with me, swirling around in my thoughts. Managing the steps needed to reach the window, I stand next to Olivia and look out through the window. It's a clear night, with the moon only a quarter waning. I never considered it, but these new suburbs don't have too much light pollution. I like it. You're still very close to a city, my man. Unless it's like one of those shitty American suburbs that are just way too big. Unlike Olivia's neighborhood. How long has it been since you've seen a night sky like this? My legs finally reach that tipping point, and I find myself collapsing onto my desk chair. Into his desk chair. When my arm lands on my desk, my hands land on something. Oh, it's my camera. Say, Olivia. Would you like a better view? Of the sky? Here. I find my tripod and search my desk for the biggest camera lens. With some practice setup, the camera's pointed right out my window, aimed at the cosmos above. And then the whole thing is connected to my computer. Presto, our own little observatory. The screen fills with a beautiful high-definition feed from the camera. I slide the computer chair to show Olivia. Oh, wanna come see? I move out of the chair so she can have a turn. But in a flash of movement portrayed by a tight exterior, she forces herself onto the chair, right on my legs. Feeling the weight pressed into me is, nice. Luckily, I'm not Anon, or there would be some spaghetti alerts going around right now. I carefully aim the tripod, bit by bit, aiming at the various sights in the sky. We see a distant nebula, swirling around in blue and purple. It's barely visible, but it's there. I should paint something like this sometime. I bet it'd be pretty. I think we could do it just... We did this in Ending 3 in Snook Game 2. Like, fucking stargazing. What a weird parallel. I don't think I could do it justice. You don't think so? I'd still like to see you give it a shot. I catch something in the stream for just a second. Hold it. Slowly now. I know I saw something. Wow. Is that? I think it is. A shooting star. Up close for us to see. Nobody else in the city gets to see this. You want to make a wish? Olivia thinks to herself and turns her head to look at me. You saw it first. Oh, are those the rules? All right. I'll hold the A button. That's how it works in that game, right? A wish. Okay, think fast. I wish things would turn out okay. That sounds good. For some reason, I think you're always supposed to pray a bit when you do this. Ah, whoops. I look away from the monitor and smile at Olivia. So, I don't want to tell you. Besides, I think it's already coming true. Olivia rolls her eyes, though the screen lit up a smile too. Feeling a snuggle into me, we continued looking at celestial bodies that hung over us. My arms are wrapped around her midriff, holding her as close as possible. It's how we spend the night together. Just us and the stars and nothing else in the world. The purr reverberating from Olivia through my chest slowly soothed us both to sleep. Yes, there is coming through. Why isn't she in the shitting? Oh, whatever. Alright. Last recording. We're doing the entirety of chapter 19 in one big block. There's something I want to say. What am I want to say again? I think about character design. Like Wanda and Evelyn are entering my my standard boutique of characters that I can just whip out at a moment's notice. But it also means designing this character to have a bit more flair, and Wanda's just going all over the place. I'm thinking about, like, Wanda had missing an eye or something, because the whole point is that she's from a really rough spot. Like, straight up used to do, like, criminal work. Mostly smuggling stuff, just moving things around town. Courier, one might call it. But that, like, the turning point in her life is that her house gets invaded, and all a bunch of shit goes down. And, like, a missing eye is so obtuse, too, you know? It's not like a wheelchair where it's kind of something people have seen from time to time. And it has a certain gory element to it as well. Just something that would set her apart. But, to be fair, what's already a large portion of a character flaw is that she's a fucking racist. Which is funny, because she's got mixed parentage. Which is part of the point, actually. You know, she hates one of her family members a lot, and thus projects it onto the rest of them, too. I only have one good parent in my life. Seriously, why do some writers put different speakers on the same line when they're not talking over each other? It looks weird, trust me. A month has passed since that night. I held Olivia, she held me, things were okay, just for a while. After everything she'd been through, Olivia needed something to help lift her burgeoning weight from her shoulders. Thankfully, the next day marked the beginning of winter break. We all ended up spending most of it together. Most of the time, it was just hanging out at each other's houses, watching shows and playing games. She even taught me how to get guts to perform tricks. It was simplistic. But those intimate moments with her were the memories I'll cherish for as long as I live. You're talking like she's about to die, which again is again, there's so much wrong with the demo. Olivia has this weird, punky introduction. There's this constant implication that she's going to die, but then it's Yadakan. Like, the actual expectations for this are so disjointed from what I got from everything I saw beforehand. It's just weird. Hold on, I need to look at this. This needs a minute because I need to make sure that the sound is actually purged, because last time... Oh my god, it's exactly what I thought it was! Pookie! Pookie! I even got to spend Christmas and New Year's with her and the Payne family. It was the closest thing to having a real family I've experienced in years. In those 2 weeks, I've never felt more connected to Olivia. Time marches on, though, and the future draws closer day by day. The first semester ended last week and this week, along with the new syllabuses for this semester. We also are given our college prep packets, along with a number of different application forms. There are so many my cramped backpack can't even fit them. Looking through the varying sheets, I feel confident in most of my choices, most of which are within the city. And I hope... Oh, here's my stuff. Holding the 2 overfilled folders to my chest, I make my exit and head to the usual destination. Minding the numerous papers under my arms. Yeah, we get the song, of course. I gently push open the door to the Payne residence. It's open. I know, Randy, thanks. Just give him a key already. Oh, it's green outside now. The head of the house and Vinny are at the dining room table, working on his homework together.
Hey, Inky, Livy's in her room.
Vinny, stay focused. I'm doing homework. Thanks, Vinny. I ruffle the little dino's hair as I pass. Yeah, see, with him, the hair looks fine, and with Damien, it looks fine too. But with like Ben and Sophia, the hair just doesn't quite work. I guess the colored outline helps a lot. Pushing through my girlfriend's bedroom door, I come to see her. Oh, look at me. It's perfectly fine for you to ignore me when your eye frames and your one-shots bullshit over that turtling sword. Raging once again at one of her laptop games. If it makes you angry, why don't you switch to another game? No, I'm almost enjoying my anger. Holy shit, I just noticed something about myself. I used to have these weird discolored skin patches on my sides, and they're gone. I haven't thought about those in years. They weren't irritated or anything, I just had these weird patches. They're gone now. Weird. She snorts and starts the game off, twisting around so I can hug her on the bed. Hey, Inco. Hey. Olivia sweeps her laptop aside to give me room. I allow my backpack to drop to the floor and set one of the oversized folders on Olivia's lap. She groans and flops backwards. Come on, Inco, it's Friday. It's Thursday, actually. That isn't coursework, though. Olivia sits back up and checks the folder. in order. Oh, these. Leaning over, I pull her actual classwork from my backpack and set the sheets on her lap. Yeah, it's really starting to pile up. It's a bit of work getting your teachers to pass this stuff on along to me. Probably a week work of stuff in here this time. Groovy. Do we really need to? Yes? Come on, I know most of this stuff, so it'll be a kinch. I get the first assignment out and use the binder as a clipboard, ready to start. The first assignment was just busy work with cross puzzles involving state capitals. While Olivia lazily drags a mechanical pencil across the page, filling it out, I bring it up. I miss you. At school. It's not the same without you around. Why can't I find a guy like this? My fucking god, that's a good meme. Oh, that's so clever, Como. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's so clever. Oh, why must you torment me, Como? It's not the same without you around. School has been back in session for nearly a month now. At first, Olivia was eager to return. Then she just skipped a day. And then 2 days in a week, and the entire last week she's just been absent. Ever since that night, she's just lost more and more motivation to graduate. It's the least I can do is to try and stop it. I'm willing to help her here. Damien and Liz miss you too. Sorry, I'll probably go. Tomorrow. Probably? Olivia, I'm worried about you. You're right at the finish line. It scares me to see you get senioritis like this. It's not senioritis. No, it sort of is. She does this little hand gesture and sighs. I just don't see the point. Nothing I'm going to do benefits from a high school diploma. Right? I don't think that's true. You can't be too sure of anything. Olivia blows air out of her nose. I place a hand on her shoulder. Please, Olivia, just do this for me. She stares back, a twinge of fear in her eyes. Alright, just for you, I'll consider it. Thanks. We keep working away at the pile of assignments. A few papers in, Olivia thinks to boot up her laptop and play some ambient metal for us. She occasionally asks my opinion on the song, self-conscious if I like it or not. At a point, Mr. Payne lets us know that he's heading out for some errands. It's kind of nice getting to teach Olivia what she missed in our classes and keep her... It's the opposite of Fang. Do you get it? It's the opposite of Fang. Dare I say the schoolwork is even relaxing. Less so the busy work, most of them were together. About halfway in and an hour later, there's a loud knock at the door. Doesn't sound like anyone hears. Doesn't sound like anyone hears knock. You can tell? Yeah. Could be a package delivery. I'll go get it then. I give her shoulder a little rub while I get up. She tries nipping at my sleeve. Still pretty cold out, so I couldn't take too long to get it. If it's a package, maybe something that's not good to leave out. I open the door. Ben? 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 Hey, Inco. Instantly, my enthusiasm has been drained. What is it? He's starting to shiver in the freezing, huddling into himself. We can have this conversation at the door. Look, Inco, can I come in for a moment? No. What do you want? He sighs. Listen, I know things have not been going well since we have talked. We didn't leave on good terms. I mean because of Olivia. Why is she not coming to school? It's none of your business. She needs to keep her grades up. I feel my lips instinctively curl my expression to a grimace. Why do people use grimace like that? Like, pretty sure grimace is not like a specific... Oh, it's an ugly extricity. For some reason, for the longest time, someone told me that a grimace is just making faces. Like, undescribed faces, but apparently, yeah. An ugly, twisted expression, typically disgust, pain, or wry amusement. Wry amusement. Ooh, that's a good one. As dry, especially mocking humor. Nice. What? Fuck off, dude! No, this is serious. Why the hell do you think this is something you need to be involved with? I'm working on it. Are you serious? She's going to lose eligibility for graduation. She is going to flunk out. My fingers dig into the wood of the doorway. I'd figured, but she hadn't missed that many. Olivia's completed all the assignments, and how close? Dangerously close. Close enough that I got the memo. What do I do then? We need to convince her to come back. Some people keep letting her get away with it by handing her pity points. But there should be no excuse when the situation is this dire. What do you mean by some people? Inco, it is obvious that you are only encouraging her to fall further into the abyss. By enabling her to slack off, she is never going to improve. You have to know on some level. I know that you know that I'm right. So if you are going to do anything about it in a meaningful way, then I'll tell him. If you're not going to do anything about it in a meaningful way, I will tell him myself. Ben has the audacity to try and walk past me, but I shut him down with a firm hand to the chest. Man, he's getting violent. He's putting hands on chests. He's giving stern talking tos. The fighting game jargon is out of control. Notice, tree nut sampling in venue. This is why no one likes zoners. It's not spam, it's just sampling. Yeah, sure, venue. What the fuck? Why can't you get the idea, Ben? Olivia wants nothing to do with you. I'm trying to do what is best for her. Ben starts yelling at the top of his lungs. Olivia, please just hear me out. I'm here to help you. Ben, stop. Just let me talk to you. Stop. Just stay away from us before you make things even worse. Shouldn't Ben just contact the parents or something? Because I feel that Randy and the like should be involved at this stage, if it's that dire. If they say no, then you're kind of shit out of luck, Ben. But, like, why are you doing it like this? This is the weird way to go about it. Like, if you know she lives here, you know who lives here too, right? Like, Ben stands there. Standing here, he's standing here because he's standing here because he's standing here. Standing, breathe. Unable to form any more words. And for a while, I can't either. You psycho. I happen to know that that particular use is probably worse on Ben, because I know some things about him. Outside of Olivia's door, I dread turning the doorknob. If I'm lucky, she just cranked up the music the whole time and thinks that was just the delivery. It's a nice fantasy. I know better than that, though. Music's already turned off. She turned it down when I opened the door. A sigh had opened up. No, she's a Cyclops again. She's huddled on the bed, holding her knees tight. All my work is crumpled up and torn, cast aside off her bed. Those are my assignments, Olivia. Damn it. I was close. Olivia. Sorry. I can't. I ignore the sound of paper being crushed beneath my foot. My arms slowly wrap around Olivia, drawing her close to my chest with a gentle hug. Though her wobbling gasps of air, she whispers a mantra of apologies. We were so close, I think. Biting back a frustrated growl, I instead focus entirely on comforting Olivia. We're managing, at least. We managed to get the paint off the windows. Today could have been the day, but Ben, with a clearing shaking of my head, I turn my attention to Olivia, who's finally quieted down. Olivia. Her arms hold her legs more tightly. It'll be fine, Olivia. Her arms ease. We'll figure things out. I promise we'll figure things out. The rest of the school year is a blur to me. Days turn into weeks and weeks turn into months. It didn't even hit me that I was graduating until the day finally came. Being handed my diploma, shaking Scalar's hand, felt almost surreal. It was the moment that I've been anticipating the entire year, and I finally achieved it. Although it didn't feel quite as fulfilling knowing that Olivia was sitting in the audience, rather than beside me. Regardless, I didn't have time to dwell in the past. I need to worry about our future, and that means supporting her. I didn't even bother to check where the acceptance letter had come from, only that it wasn't still here in Vol Caldera. It was simply a matter of going through the motions, filling a schedule, talking with the counselors, and choosing whatever programs. The content didn't matter, just need to get somewhere for the both of us. The late March rain splatters on my windshield. Pollen's gonna start being a problem soon. Man, I just can't wait to just relax. Today sucked. Between the yelling, almost being hit by a car, and all the running everywhere, I'm exhausted. I think of Olivia and, yeah, it's all worth it. I can't wait to get back home. Spring break finally rolled around. All my coursework is finished and submitted just in time. I even had the time to compose a cordial well wishes to all my professors. That leaves all my responsibilities ticked off my mental bucket list. The next 2 weeks are completely open for the two of us to enjoy. It's been a while since we were able to go out somewhere. Maybe I should plan something romantic. Maybe something to get some fresh air, some real fresh air, and take advantage of the weather before I end up congested. Like camping. That'd be a lot of fun. I entertain myself with these thoughts the rest of the way home. The lo-fi hip-hop station currently playing helped a lot too. Olivia's recently gotten into it and I wanted me to give it a listen. Gotta say pretty good. Finally, I arrived at my flat. Oh hey, we saw this one in Ending 2 too. It's a smaller, cozier place. Not that I can afford something more luxurious. It's just something that spoke to... It's not that I can't afford something more luxurious. It's just something that spoke to Olivia and I. I shift the car into park and pull the key from the ignition, sighing in relief. Dang, that's kind of cute looking. A bit sparse in a way, but it's homey in colors at least. A small staircase later, and I'm at the front door, unlocking it quickly and stepping inside. It's quiet as usual. Olivia's usually working around this time too. I quietly push her door open. Oh no, she's become a streamer! You know it's true. She sat quietly in front of a drawing tablet, carefully painting a dramatic landscape. The colors of the digital screen shine off her visage, tinting her gentle smile with all sorts of exotic colors. I caught her at a good time. She looks stunning. Seeing her hard at work, combined with the ambient lighting in the room, it's a painting all of its own. When she sees me, the corner of her mouth pick up, and I see a bit of that sparkle in her eyes. She waves at me and mouths out a silent message. I made club sandwiches. Yours is in the fridge. I return the thumbs up. I'll be out in a bit. Let me wrap up here. I gently close the door and try not to make a sound. Sorry about that, guys. They start wrapping up soon, so. Yeah, this is a cozy kitchen, man. A kitchen gets a decent amount of room, but at least it's used, but at least it's tidy. Every now and again, I see some culinary doodad I'll pick up for Olivia. I open the fridge. A leftover pizza box, half a gallon mix, a stray can of soda, and some dwindling bags of fruit. I guess Olivia used the last of our actual food for lunch. I need to go shopping soon. And of course, the sandwich Olivia made wrapped up all fancy for me, using olive spikes through the top with a toothpick. Looking good. I grab the soda and shut the door. Damn, there's a lot more to this ending. Ordinarily, I sit at the table, but the couch is more inviting to my sore back. He looks pretty slick. Olivia should be done with the stream soon. Maybe I should rent a movie or something. Before I take the first bite of the sandwich, the bedroom door creaks open. In the corner of my eye, I watch as my girlfriend tries to surreptitiously sneak towards me on hands and knees. She's like a miniature gator skin. She has miniature gator skin bags beneath her eyes, and I can clearly see the mischievous glimmer in her mirror-like irises. Pretending not to notice her, chewing delicious sandwich meat. Still, I feel a sharp tug on my wrist. Her jaws wrapped around it, gently numbing on my limb. She lets go once I look at her, and I keep my hand out so she can take it. Once she does, it's just a matter of drawing her up onto the couch beside me. She sniffs the air and follows the smell to my club, which she also nips at. Hey, give me some. One bite. One human bite. She crunches off the other end, and I follow up with my next bite. It's good. Olivia's cooking always so wonderful. She's definitely upset about something. Hey, something got you down? You seem low energy. Nah, don't worry about it. Just some heckler when I was wrapping up the stream. Don't worry about it. How was your day? Oh man, it was nuts. Barely had time to finish my last assignment to avoid homework. Looks like all the students were in a rush too. And there was some stupid bug with the submission website. Really exhausting day. Had some prick nearly rear-ended me with his pickup truck. But I did get my schedule cleared. This spring break is all ours. Nice. How was your day? I just streamed. All day? Nice. Have you reached 5,000 followers? Yeah, I did. That's nice. Hopefully her career really takes off soon. Truthfully, I worry for her a bit. Oh yeah, I was thinking we could arrange a day out sometime soon. Go on a little vacation during the break. Yeah? Doesn't that sound fun? Come on, we both need to get out more. I went out last week. Okay, I get your point. It sounds fun. Where do you want to go? A park, maybe? I still don't know what's around here. I think there's a few public parks around. It'd be like the time we saw the bluffs. Oh, you know what? We haven't ever gone back to Volcodera. We live in Volcodera, you dork. I meant the city. We should check it out. Wait, didn't he say specifically that he wasn't in Volcodera? Oh, no, he said that only that it was still in Volcodera. Whoops, I mixed up. I meant the city. We should go check it out. I bet the Paynes would love to have us over. Olivia flinches. What do you say? A little trip down memory lane? Come on, it's only been a year. I think it'd be fun to feel the coastal breeze again. Not yet. Olivia fizzes. I don't want the Paynes to see me yet. Why not? When I left, I didn't leave on the best forms. I could tell they weren't sure if I'd ever make something of myself and make things work for me. Oh, she doesn't want to come back until she's a popular streamer. Heck, I could feel it before I left. But now it's been a whole year, and what do I have to show? I don't even have enough to cover my share of rent. Oh, Olivia. Man stays on top of us and curl my fingers. Would Randy and Sophia care? Well, come on, we both know they'd love to just see you again. The fidgeting eases and the smile slowly creeps on her lips. I can definitely tell the difference in Inco's and Olivia's, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I'll shoot him a text later, okay? She stands up and nods happily. And after that, then, I don't know. How about camping? I could look at the local campsites. That does sound nice, yeah. All right. Hey, you up for a movie or something? She nods. Using the remote to browse for something decent. Oh, they had a bunch of old kaiju movies. Nice. We settle in for a night of cheesy rubber suit monster movies. At some point, her tail wrapped around my wrist and bodily dragged me to her. Far slowly, the sun fades down, leaving us only illuminated by the television screen. Sorry, Inco. For what? Well, her arm wrapped around my shoulders as closely as possible. For everything. With a derisive snort, I shake my head. You haven't done anything to be sorry for, Olivia. Exactly, I've done nothing. Even in the duskiness of the room, I can make out her hurt-filled eyes. I plant the most chaste of kisses on her nose, listening to a giggle from her. I wouldn't say that. You've done so much more than you know. For me, it goes unsaid. Olivia gets the message and her head sinks into my chest. It's a bit difficult to pull my phone out, but with Olivia's tail in the way, but I'll manage. Mrs. P! Sophia, would you like to have lunch or something tomorrow? What are you doing? Sending that text. We have like half to go. We're gonna be good on time.
Oh, absolutely, sweetie.
Oh, this is the picture of like baby Damien, I think, with his baby brother.
We haven't heard from you in so long. Why don't we get brunch?
How would brunches with a peen sound, Liv? Okay. It's been a while since I had Auntie's waffles after all. Brunch sounds good.
Wonderful. Remember, brunch.
I accept the automated schedule update on my phone and let it drop into the couch cushion. Time to return to our movie marathon. I always love seeing the old cinematography tricks in actions, and Olivia is enjoying the cheesy battles. Oh, we were both enjoying that part. Made even better after I ordered pizza. After some point, Olivia falls asleep against me. I find it hard to stay awake too, but... The morning sun greets us as we exit the flat together. Something with the volume? It really does feel like the sound should be louder than this. I take a moment to bask in its warmth, breathing deeply in the crisp spring air. Excuse you, Inco. Man, it's quick to rub my nose clear of any pollen. Sorry, Liv, where are we heading first? She ponders as she wheels herself to the car. She sways idly in her chair, really considering where we'd spend the morning. Finally, she speaks up when I hold the door open for her. Well, Auntie So said it'd be brunch. You got a couple of hours. She climbs to the passenger seat as I carefully hold the wheelchair for her. It becomes second nature at this point to collapse her chair and store it safely in the back seat. I remember this picture. I remember seeing this when I was doing some early digging. Didn't think it'd be involved this ending this late. I really felt this was earlier. I kind of wanted to take a trip down memory lane. Memory lane. Got it. Got any directions? Now in the driver's seat, Olivia has her phone out and connected to the car's auto radio. The old financial district first, then. Oh, are they gonna meet her there? Oh, that's why her picture still exists. Because they can, yeah, I just figured they wouldn't go in this scene. Will or not, I shift the car into reverse and carefully back out of our parking space. We're on the road proper. Once we're on the road proper, Olivia sets the tone for the rest of our trip. The song is fast and upbeat, with just a hint of Pachinese. Glancing at her, I can tell she's checked out completely. Her eyes casting a glancing view through her window. She won't be for long, though, since getting back home is easy if you know which back roads to take. Oh, they wanted to add driving ambiance. Lore Ivia. This song is her epic indie rock upbeat metal song she listens to on her playlist. I'm kind of vibing with this moment. As we pass through the congested section in downtown, she lowers the music and speaks up. Inco. I turn to see her face pressed to the window. What is it? That building. Right over there. I look where she's pointing and see an older building that's vaguely familiar. I squint at it way too long and she supplies the answer. It's the old arcade. Her voice is low. Taking a closer look, I finally realize why I didn't recognize it. The paint looks fresh, but there's a new sign above it. Must have been bought by someone. Yeah. Do you want to check it out? We got the whole day after all. With heavy traffic on the main road, Olivia has the time to consider deeply. Finally, she sighs and shakes her head. It's too early anyway. In fact, I think it's too early for Old Town, too. Don't there be anything interesting open. Oh. Well, any other place you want to see, then? Finally, the light ahead finally changes and we start down the street again, but Olivia's eyes never leave the old arcade building. Man, this really should have been a place you put, like, a quick edit or something. I don't know. Yeah, good question. Does Xanon ever learn to drive? Because Inco clearly does. It's when I can't even see it from the rear view window that Olivia decides. I'd like to see the bluffs, actually. It'd be actually pretty nice this morning. In the morning. That is a bit more of a drive. Totally different direction. But, sounds good. Turn the steering wheel to the side. The car starts down the other side road towards the highway. Are you excited to go hiking again? Hiking? I mean, we don't have to walk the whole thing, do we? I just think it'd be nice to do it again. I suppressed the word exercise from my mind. It'd be nice to recreate our first real date. Yeah, I would. Silence watch over the cars. We both reminisce about our visit a year ago. Seems like so long ago now. It's only been a year. As I slow to a crawl, a silver SUV cutting me off, Olivia begins tapping my arm furiously. Inco, look. She points something out my window, and I shift my gaze to follow. To our left lies our old high school, St. Hammond. Wow, didn't even recognize where we were. Can we stop and visit? It's Saturday. Might still be open. There's clubs on Saturday. There are some cars in the parking lot. However, Olivia seems adamant about wanting to check out something about the school, even after everything that happened last year. A part of me hopes that she finally finds a missing resolve. Let's give it a shot, then. I engage in some questionably illegal driving maneuvers to get us into the left lane, taking us right to the school's parking lot. The place is still pretty empty, so we park real close to the front entrance. Although we get prime parking anyway, just with the fancy sticker I got. All because he's a student. I quickly look around for a place to park, pulling him to the side of the road and turning the vehicle off. I step out of the vehicle and make for the trunk to get Olivia's wheelchair. It doesn't take long before we take a short walk up the path. I mentioned, like, clothing changes, but, like, Olivia's dressed and everything, I guess. The mural's as beautiful as ever, looming over us like a secret guardian of the school. There's lights on inside. Olivia hesitates, hovering her hand just above the door handle. She pushes in. The air-conditioned breeze is let out, along with a very familiar scent of the facility. Inside, it looks just how we left it. Is it really okay for us to just be here? She glances around nervously and shrugs. I don't know why we wouldn't. Normally, students are supposed to call ahead or wait for a reunion. Olivia jumps. Mrs. Scaler. Hello, you two. What brings you back to St. Hammond? Did you forget something? Well, it's spring break, and we just want to take the day off to just go around. I see, Mr. No, Inco. Are you on break too, Olivia? Her silver eyes are cast downward for a Scaler knows. You're being rude. Olivia? I'm on break too, Miss Scaler. The older woman's gaze shifts between Olivia and I see. Well then. With a sigh, she turns out heading down the hall. You two will need visitor passes then. Olivia doesn't budge. Olivia? I don't think she heard me. Taking Olivia's handlebars, I moved to catch up with Mrs. Scaler. Everything looks just how I remember it. I mean, it's been a year! The principal smiles wryly. It's only been a year, Inco. Give it some time, at least. What do you mean? We turn and enter the hallway that's permanently ingrained in my memories. The gala. The district is currently looking over a proposal we submitted. Hopefully, St. Hammond will have a brand new wing in the coming years. Oh, for more classrooms then. Something like that. The administration felt that we should have a dedicated area for the extracurricular classes. Well, it was always focused on the arts, if so that means an art wing. She nods and enters her office. The moment you come back with a clipboard and some very large name tapes. Just sign this, don't disturb any of the clubs today, and there's only for now, just sign this. Don't worry about disturbing any clubs today. There's only the tabletop game club in the library. Really? Why is everything that's going on in this game tying back to Goodbye Volcano High? Inco, you do know that tabletop games have taken off in general in the last few years, you fucking moron. Well, sure, I guess. I fill out the sheet for both Olivia and I, and hand the clipbook back. Before Mrs. Scaler turns her off, she kneels before Olivia. And Miss Halford. Her voice past Olivia and tilts her head back to look at the principal. Yes. I hope this break will help with whatever's on your mind. You may not be an official alumni, but you are still a former student of St. Ham. Since freshman. She's been it, the whole time. Before Olivia can respond, Mrs. Scaler stands upright and re-enters her office. So, what now? L&L will I really do feel sad that L&L was mishandled the way that it was. It was... My opinions on Goodbye Volcano High do not apply. Except for the fact that this game suffers a lot of its shortcomings and failings in a funny way. Olivia glances down the hall to her left and right. Right down to the fact that, in a way, it was corporate meddling. Apparently this was going to be a small mod project off to the side, and then the big company came in and tried to save it. It's exactly the fucking same! I want to visit my old spot. Adiaticons class. She lets go of my wrist with a tail and starts moving herself along. I follow closely behind, remaining silent so I don't break her focus. It's clear there's a lot of emotions whirling through her. She looks up the staircase and then continues to the elevator around the corner. Oh, I didn't think this far ahead. We don't got the key, do we? I can carry you. She reaches into her chair pocket and pulls it out. She still had it. The elevator door slides open. Then, like it always has for us. Are you allowed to keep that? Another bout of nostalgia waves over me, of all the times Olivia and I wrote it. One memory stands out, though. Both of us huddled together in fear, and, the door opens, and I breathe the fresh outside air again. I always love the open walkway up here. Olivia heads past the rooms. 231, 32, 33, 34. Olivia stares at the nameplate. Now it reads Mr. Frizzler. Excuse me, Ms. Frizzler. Isn't that lady from the Magic School Bus? She sighs. After a moment, I reach ahead and open the door for her. Inside is pretty similar. There's obviously some new decorations. The teacher's desk has a different clutter of papers on it, but it's the same classroom. She rolls inside. I watch her carefully move her chair by her old desk so she can use it. Still, should I enter? After a moment, she glances at me and pats the desk next to hers. I have been granted entry. I take my seat. When I take my seat, bits and pieces of my second day here surface in my mind. It's still here. Olivia's fingers tracing something. It's a little indent on a wooden desk. The one she uses an inkwell. How did you ever get away with doing that? Teacher was cool with it. She smiles. We both stare to the front of the classroom. It's like the two of us showed up early for the day. Any minute now, an energetic Ptero will waltz in, dramatically flapping his wings, and take us here on another learning adventure, ready to give us all to teach the values and craft of art. Olivia doesn't cry. Her fingers weakly tap at the desk, but she doesn't cry. After a while, she speaks up. You ready? Are you? She looks over with a slight smile. Yeah. I get up, push our chairs back to their original spots, leaving. I turn around for one last look. I know Olivia well. Why don't you recall the fact that you were stuck in this fucking room during a flash storm? Probably really late. Probably really is the last time. I gently shut the door behind us. At this time, you know it is. Bye. You had to come. We ended up taking a short tour of the rest of the school, seeing the sides once more, the auditorium, the atrium, which it was really only used once. It's kind of impressive because they had art for it. The atrium and even the cafeteria. I got some of our old favorites from the vending machine on the way out. If they could have totally made that a choice that mattered and have like a recall here where he points out the thing that you bought on the first day. Tiny effort, minimal, but hilarious. On the way out, we pass to the gala once more. I wonder. I stop at the trophy case. Olivia hears my footsteps and have stopped and turns. Her landscape is gone. In its place, a plaque. Well, they fucking broke that thing. You broke the painting, you dipshit. Of course they're taking it out. Olivia gently rolls up to the glass case, and I step aside for her. Jesus, she looks like she's miserable. It holds an etched stone slab and several photographs illuminated by dim yellow lights, surrounded by the award-winning works of art of all of his students. And etched into the top of the polished stone lies his name embossed in gold leaf. Miss Trentiatakan, from 2 and 1 million 1986 to 2 and 1 million 2023 BC. This implies that we are still before Christ. How does that make sense? Or, like, BC is before Common Era, right? Hold on. Yeah, because it's Anno Domini, AD, or BC, before... This takes place in the past? Jesus. But the problem with that is that this means that we are 200 million years before now, which means they have plenty of time before the asteroid hits. We're good. How they know when Jesus is born, who fucking knows? I think it's a good joke, though. It's a good joke, though. Olivia clasps her hands over her mouth. Olivia, are you... She shakes her head and lets her hand drop into her lap. Inco. Olivia rolls back to the front office. There's a cat on the wall. Was that always there? Maybe Scalar was always in the way. Inside, Scalar looks up from a sheet she was filling out. Done with your sightseeing already? Though her tone is shaky, Olivia smiles and nods. Yeah. And Miss Scalar, Olivia wheels over to the desk. They share a look, though I can't see what Olivia's doing from the entryway. But the principal, I see her face fall into a saddened frown. They're whispering, and Olivia's eyes are getting misty. She wipes her face and nods, taking a blank sheet from her desk and writing on it. Olivia accepts the paper. Thank you, Mrs. Scalar. Of course, and, Mrs. Scalar transforms to a small smile. There will always be here for you I'll always be here at St. Hammond if you ever wish to talk, Olivia. That goes for you as well, Inco. All right, thank you, Mrs. Scalar. That is such a weird thing. I don't know. I don't really... Like, we haven't done anything with Scalar and Olivia. So that just... I mean, I guess they have, like, the common element of Trent, but that feels a little much beyond what I was expecting. Maybe I'm just being weird about it. What the fuck? This is not butter. Denial. I can't believe it's not butter. Anger. What? Not butter? Bargaining. Could it be butter? Depression. This is not butter. Acceptance. Unsalted margarine. Oh, these memes. I'm sad Scary Dave isn't here. Poor guy. Olivia turns and leaves the office, wheeling past me. Hey, Olivia, what's up? She doesn't respond, heading straight for the school's exit. I follow after her, finally catching a glimpse of her face. Her face is set with determination. I have to move ahead and hold the doors open for Olivia, who beelines straight past for our parked car. Olivia, wait up. She finally stops next to the passenger and turns to me. What's going on? Sophia isn't expecting us for another hour. Good. We have time then. Time? You want to go somewhere else? Yes, I need a... Her voice hitches, but she still forces the words out. I need to go see him. See who? She thrusts the paper toward me to read. Oh. That's a graveyard paper, isn't it? We're nearly there. It's not that far away, only a 10-minute drive. Weird that we get a funeral for this one. We got one for E1. I'll be honest, I'm still... It's missing that pizzazz for me, you know? I think that the fact that Snoot Game went harder did give it a little advantage. It did make it a little sassier. Oh! Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Oh, God damn it. Fuck you. Hey, they're adding a new hero to Bloon CD6. Nice. Rosalina. Oh, I like her design. She looks pretty neat. I wonder what her deal is. After Corvus, I wonder what the fuck her deal's gonna be. Holy moly, that man was Micro Man. It's gonna be a Micro Man. It's not that far away, only a 10-minute drive, but a combination of dread and anticipation makes it feel like hours. In the seat next to me, Olivia stares the elevator key in her hand. Part of me thought she would have returned it. Maybe someday. It's not like they can't just make another for a few dollars. It's just important to her. Let's hope it doesn't rain. As we pull into the parking lot, I take a hold of her other hand. I could feel the nervous vibration through our connected palms, and yet her fingers intertwine with mine tightly. This is a solemn place. The grounds are well kept, but still creep up into the old pavement. Sorry, I'm thinking. Looking at something. Before Christ's return. Yeah, Christ probably said, hey, I'll be back in like a few 100 million years. Don't wait on me. Thanks, Raptor Jesus. You're very nice. I help Olivia get out of the car once more. The wind's picking up a little. We pass through an arching metal gate. She looks around the sea of tombstones, completely lost. Oh, wow, it's the same one. Oh, we're gonna find it here. I don't know. Let's just start. I should have asked for more details. Don't worry, we have time. They're like 50 minutes. Well, 6:40 or something, I guess. I push Olivia to the along the gravel trails, past rows and rows of graves. Or, on rare occasions, a small mausoleum. Mausoleum? I don't even know. Without the plot number, we have to scan over each tombstone carefully. Olivia's breathing hitches up. There! I think it's that one! She's pointing to a small tombstone 1 row ahead. Without hesitation, I pivot and push it. Why are they all these fucking... Isn't this like how they buried like all the dead from World War II in like this fucking giant grave? Like, I'm pretty sure this isn't how standard graveyards look. They're also a little erratic in ways that... I don't know, this feels a bit hackney. Like, hold on. That phone? Hold it. Hold it! We're going to CGs for the bad ending. So, like, in the bad ending, like in A1... in A13, like, there are some other graves with flowers, and there are some slabs. It's not just this. Like, the feeling ending 3 was kind of undercut, or something happened. I don't know. It's just constantly there. I like how Inco looks. That is a really well-done pose, though. And I like Olivia. I feel they should have made the shading a bit darker, though, because now it just looks a bit weird. Instead of, like, it's supposed to be. Similar to the plaque. It's a similar plaque to the one at school. Instead of engraving gold letters, it's simply carved into the stone. Olivia holds her hand out for a bit and lets it fall back into her lap. We found it. For a while, we rest in silence. What did I do with the wings? Like, those wings are a massive part of your body in terms of volume. And I imagine they fold up, but they probably make your body look weird if you're, like, in an open casket situation. They probably have, like, unique designs or something. I don't fucking know. Just looking at the inscription on it. His teachings will continue into the new generation. I'm startled when... We got his... Hold on. Hold the phone. There's something I just realized, and I completely forgot about it. No, we gotta do... No, the other way around. "37 years old? Fuck, he wasn't even that old. Wow. He's younger than a book on some person with cancer I recently read, so that's... They were 38, I think. I'm startled when Olivia pushes herself out of her wheelchair. She kneels before the small tombstone, and I move from to kneel beside her. Olivia? I'm fine. I wanted to finally tell him, Inco. It only takes a moment to recall what she's referring to. It was nearly a year... Okay, I think Raptor Jesus died for our sins to prevent the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event 200 million years ago. Yeah. You know, that actually is a perfectly sensible way, and it would also make the meteor dodger thing actually make sense. Also, nearly a year ago, it's March. You wanted to give the speech in December, so unless she finished it after March, like, The night that invades my dreams from time to time. I nod, laying a hand on her shoulder in solidarity. It's all right, Olivia. She looks at me with smiles, a very fragile smile, and then it begins. I honestly do. I never like this, all right? I hate the line, smiles a smile. I don't care what you do with it. I don't care what you do with it. I hate smiles a smile. It is the worst. It's just one of those things I personally have a distaste for. It's just that I don't like the verb form of smiling a smile. You smile, you have a smile, but you cannot smile a smile. It just feels so fucking stupid. It's like you wanted to have your cake and eat it too. That's what it feels like. It's like, I want to sound fancy with my language, but I'm not. Like, at least use a cool adjective instead of very fragile. Like, a very glass-like. Maybe you can find a cool one for that. Or obsidian. Obsidian is dark and fragile. I don't know if most people would get it, but it's neat. Like, at least go the whole mile. Mr. But now I gotta get serious mode. Please hold. Mr. Yadakan, you were a lot of things to me for me. You taught me so much. Everything I know when it came to art. You tried to teach me about myself. Show me a way to live my life that was better than how I was back then. It used to grate on me when you would lecture me about my feelings. But, I know you did it because you gave a damn. You gave a damn. About me. About everyone around you. Even when I was being stupid and trying to hide away from everything, you came into my life and showed that the world wasn't as bad as I saw it. Olivia's eyes turn to me and I can see the tears flowing freely down her cheeks over a shaky smile. You were right about him too, Mr. Yadakan. What's that sound? I'm grateful to have had you as a mentor. I promise, from now on, to you and to everyone, that I'll live my life unshackled by doubt and fear, like you always taught me to. Thank you, Mr. Yadakan. Olivia sits back. I hate to think of how all that was weighing on her all this time. But it's gone now. And thank you, Inco. I know it's been hard, and you've done so much for me. I promise I'll get better. I promise I'll be someone worth it all. I shut my eyes and move in to hug Olivia. Thank you so much for giving me the time. I love you. I love you too, Olivia. I'll get better. That is a good ending. Compared to ending 3 in Snoot Game, which was blah, even in hindsight. I have to be honest. I'm sorry to say this. I don't know if ending 4 can punch up to this one. I can't see ending 4 being as good as this, though. Not Buster. It's Buster O'Nutsanon. Hey, it's Guts. How you doing, buddy? Man, they really wanted to get this house down, huh? You know you can just find, like, software for that, right? Oh, it's the fucking... I love that one. Multi-anon. Dystopian anon. Oh, hey, it's her. Again, there's art of her that can be used for, like, the normal puppets, but... And me! Oh, boy. Oh, it's so sweet. Trust me, it will. Will it, though? Like, the emotional core of the story feels way too addressed in this. Ending 4 will be saccharine is the problem. Like, ending 4 in Snoot Game was fine. And actually worked because it was the emotional core of the story. I don't know how... I mean, you could have Olivia come back earlier, I guess. But, like... I don't know. I might just end up agreeing with this guy that like ending 3 is the one that really grasps the game by the collar, and ending 4 will just end up being the ending that it's just like, why did you even do it? We'll see. We'll see next time. Yeah, my concern is just that E4 will feel saccharine in comparison. Like, it's just too sweet. It tries to be too optimistic, when the story is inherently about something that is kind of tragic and life-destroying. Like, I've lost people in my life, and I don't know, having an ending that's... Like, again, having her finish school and all that stuff, I can see that working, but the endings are very far apart from one another, right? There's a distance. In ending 2, Olivia's still doing the art gallery stuff. She's still trying to be an artist. Ending 3, she's a streamer, and it's Inco who goes to school instead of working a job to support them. In ending 1, she's, you know... Like... I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm legitimately worried. If I was playing Snook Game, I think I would play the first 2 endings, and I'd be like, ending 4 is going to be, like, marginally better, and I'm going to be, like, a little bit okay with it, but... I'm worried. Also, ending 4 is probably going to be a butt-fuck-ton longer, because it's ending 4, and it's the one where all the budget went. There's also the epilogue. Anyway, I'm done. We don't have anything to catch up on, because Scary Dave isn't here to provide us with anything, and he already sent us the links yesterday, so, yeah. We're almost done with Wani Gator, and, I don't know where that leaves us. I don't know where that will leave us. I just don't know. To be fair, Snook Game ending 3 really feels like it's trying to punch. It's trying to punch down a lot. It's a little too wish fulfillment in a weird way. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Yeah, 50 more kilobytes. Yeah, oh god. I'm taking a look at the files, as in I'm going to the bottom. 4,000 lines for chapter 18, compared to like the 2.5-ish. This one's shorter, though. Even though it's bigger, I guess it does more stuff. Well, lines aren't everything. Yeah, there are SG mods, and there's some fics I'm gonna read, but, like... I don't know where I am personally, though. I'm curious, but I'm also worried, so, yep. I'm gonna play this game on my own terms and get the ending 4 save set up that way, because I don't think anything will really change in between the two. Like, if anything changes, that's your loss. Go play the game yourself, you buddy. Yeah, I know about... hold on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more, because I really need to go again. All I'm doing here is sitting and drinking water. What do you think's gonna happen? Also, bye people who are watching the video! I'll be honest. Just gonna put this out there. I know about the ending 3 thing. And then the literary board was like, no, this sucks. And they were right. I do wonder what the ending board would look like for points, but ending 3 feels like 4chan wish fulfillment, and it just doesn't work for me as an ending. In hindsight, I can kind of, like, looking past those problems, it's fine, I guess. But I do think that it doesn't properly address the emotional core, which is, you know, Fang getting out of that horrible mindset. It ain't great. It ain't great. Putting that behind us. Yeah, there are a bunch of mods lined up, a bunch of fics lined up. I need to check the fucking thing because some people left some more comments. Need to take care of this, and I feel like right now might as well be the case. Not for broadcast. Oh no, that's not a suggestion. Culture Night is funny and short. Do I even have Culture Night in my folder? I don't even know if I like this title song as much as I do in Snoot Game. Because Snoot Game was nice and mellow. I don't know. There's something about Wani Gator as a whole that isn't clicking with me as well. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know, alright? I can't help you. Culture Night, okay, it's in there. That's easily taken care of then. And it's in. The Snoot ride never ends. I mean, I write my own fanfic, so technically, yeah, sure. I'm honestly going to laugh. I'm going to find it the funniest fucking shit if someone recommends one of my own fics for reading. I'm going to just shit myself. It's going to be the most embarrassing thing ever. I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to cry, and I'm going to be like, oh my god, no! No! They're so... shorter or longer, it doesn't really matter. Like, the mod length isn't the huge thing for me. I'll be playing them either way. Bye-bye, Como! Have a good lie down. Probably not gonna be much longer anyway. Oh no, Garbs is armed and ready to go. We already got a substantial list though, so don't worry too much about having to puff it out. What do we have on the fic listings? By the way, Garb, since you've said this, I will be looking out for you posting my fics in particular, and I will ignore you. It will not be funny. It will not be funny when you do it. It is not funny when you do it. I need you to understand this. You've wasted your chance by being present. What fics do we have? We have Ending 1.5, Nothing is Something, Bad Apple, Bonds, Broken Wings, None in the Chamber, Reprimed, and One More Time. Like, they don't have to be Snoot Game fics, by the way. If you got some good ones for Wani, and I've seen some floating around that might be interesting, just fucking throw them out there. I've already done Puppet Pals. Fishing Trip is already on it. Moon Princess, I think we already have. Moon Princess is already on it. Mojob is already on it. A Terrific Night Out, version 25. I do not have version 26. I do not know where to get version 26. Double Date is on it. Culture Night has just been added, and Revenge of the Dweeb has already been added, and is in fact the next one in the listing. Yeah, I know. Well, I have version 25, so... I think? Oh, it's just a version... Oh no, someone... Yeah, it is a terrific night out version 2, sorry. Someone must have misposted it when they made the list for me. Whoops. Sorry. I'll fix it right now. I'm here, actually, so I might as well do it. You know, I think I'm going to make a community post about that. Well, unless you have anything else to say, I guess we're done here for today. 5 likes, 22 views. It's going a little better, I'm good. Easy to post. Alright, well, man, if I did this for a job, I could stream this so much more. I mean, no one would be there, and it would kind of go against the point, but I could record some of the stuff on the side. No, I couldn't. I would rob everyone of the production. Anyway, goodbye. Thank you all for coming. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out. If you've already given a like, take it back. It's all smelly now. Ew. Otherwise, enjoy your day. There's still a whole Sunday coming. Make the most of it. Read a fic, play a mod, or just video games your way through life. Truly, it's whatever you want. Just gonna make sure the video is properly ending when the short. It's whatever you want. Just gonna make sure the video is properly ending when the short. Yeah, baby. How do I do this properly? I think I have to do this.